a shocking loss to Italy last night in the WBC. They're in danger now of being eliminated before the next round, and it's completely out of their hands and instead up to the outcome of Italy-Mexico. If Italy wins, they will be the Pool B winner, and U.S. will advance as the runner-up. If Mexico wins, these three teams enter into a tiebreaker where the U.S. advances only if Italy gives up 5 or more runs in a loss. The U.S. is eliminated if Italy gives up 4 or fewer runs.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
You know, sometimes there's just weird sports days, Bump. Things where lots of weird, unexpected things happen. And that's exactly what yesterday was. We are talking about all of it today. We're going to start, though, with the Maxx Crosby deal. Now, in theory, this doesn't necessarily affect the Seattle Seahawks. This was a trade between two AFC teams, and it is a trade now that is negated because the Ravens put Maxx Crosby through a physical that he then failed. So that ended up backfiring. So let's talk about where both teams are right now. First, from Tom Pelissero.
I would say this. The reaction from other people within the NFL that I am getting is predominantly about how the Ravens pulled the rug out regardless of what their reasoning was. When you're talking about trading 2 first-round picks, this is not an unknown issue with Maxx Crosby. Everyone knew he had a knee injury. Everyone knew he finished on injured reserve. Everyone knew, based on Ian's reporting, that he had a meniscus surgery that was actually not just a trim, but a meniscus repair that has a longer-term type of a timeline. But that did not stop several teams from offering a first-round pick and more as part of a trade offer. It did not stop the Ravens from offering 2 first-round picks. This is not a situation where you put in a bid in an online auction, and then if you don't like the item, you return it via Amazon. This is a trade involving a superstar player in the NFL.
So now what? I mean, the Raiders clearly want to move on from Maxx Crosby. You don't just bring him back and say, hey, we did deal you for like 48 hours. We're really sorry about that. We're going to move forward. No, they're in a rebuilding phase. They're in a completely different part of their life compared to where Maxx Crosby is in his. And like you heard from Tom Pelissero, Maxx Crosby having a meniscus issue wasn't a surprise or shouldn't have been a surprise to the Ravens. It's kind of a surprise that the Ravens ended up pulling out from this deal in the first place. It does make me wonder, Bump, whether or not, like, okay, was the physical, like, did it pull up a degenerative issue? Was there something bigger here? And more importantly, the reason it's here in the first place. Should the Seahawks get involved now?
A couple things before I answer that question.
Okay.
One, the Raiders were cooking before this thing went down.
Yeah.
They got a receiver, the best center in the game, a couple linebackers. You got 2 first-round picks. Tom Brady and them were cooking this offseason, and nobody's really talking about it. So
Shout out to them.
But I would assume they are hot now because they figured we have our future secured. We're going to get 2 first-round picks. We'll be good to go. So big ups to them. Now, should the Seahawks get involved? I would get involved if they're only asking 1 first-round pick. If they're asking one, like, what is the value of Maxx Crosby now? Has it gone down? But then you got to remember that teams like the Bears, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, I think the Lions should get into this mix too. Like these are the guys who, one, have restructured some contracts too. The Chiefs and the Lions have restructured their quarterback contracts, so they got more cap space as well. What's the value of Maxx Crosby now? They're saying that he could still be available before the season starts. Mm-hmm. They're saying that he could be available right when the season starts. So what did they see in that MRI or whatever physical that they did? They went to this guy's name is Daniel Cooper. Okay, he's the go-to knee guy in the NFL. He worked on Mahomes. He worked on Neighbors. I got a Curtis conspiracy for you.
Let's go.
Let's go. Matt,
right, Curtis conspiracy.
You know
Matt, hit it.
Curtis, you tell me what you think about this. Dr. Daniel Cooper walks around a certain stadium with a cowboy hat on, and he is that team's main doctor.
Whoa.
The Cowboys were in on this Crosby deal. Did he jack up the physical so the Cowboys can have a shot at
I'm
this
so
thing?
proud. I'm so proud.
I knew you liked this
That
one.
was beautiful.
Wow. So the Cowboys team doctor did the physical on Maxx Crosby that then negated the deal for the Ravens. And the Cowboys, who were reportedly the runner-up, but they ended up dealing them to the Ravens because their picks were a little bit higher. The Cowboys are now in play for... Whoa. So,
Yeah.
you know what? If he ends up going to Dallas, that's exactly what happened.
gonna be some
I don't
stuff.
even need the conspiracy music for that one because I find what Jerry Jones would do there so believable.
Yeah, hey, and if they do land him, good for him. Now, should the Seahawks get involved, I think they should kick the tires again. I don't think they're going to give up a first-round pick right now. You only have 4 picks in this draft. You feel like you're going to use that 32nd pick. You're going to move back and flip it and make it into 2, hopefully. But, yeah, you kick the tires on this thing. But I think that I think you can get an edge rusher in this draft. I don't know how many top edge rushers are available. Most of the top dogs are gone at this point. But you get in the mix. You sit at the table, but you don't say much. You kind of just wait and see what everyone else is doing.
All right, let's talk about his trade value. Here's Jeremy Fowler.
The Raiders' leverage is nuked here. Granted, he should be able to play this year with no problem, and he's still in his 20s. You know, he's not an aging player necessarily. So because of that, and he's kind of on a team-friendly contract because he did it a year and a half ago, redid his deal, 3 years, $106 million, where in this climate with some of the money being thrown around, it's pretty good. That's actually good value. So because of that, maybe they can squeeze out a first-round pick. I'd be surprised. I think teams would do it for a day 2 pick now, but it's just you have no incentive to just give the Raiders what they want at this point, knowing that they're back in the corner.
Well, what if it's only a second-round pick for Maxx Crosby?
Second round, you for sure. You're not just sitting at the table. Your elbows are on the table. You're leaning forward. You're making eye contact with people and saying, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Yeah, second round sounds a lot better. I would still entertain a first round pick. You did lose Boye Mafe, but like Dave Wyman pointed out yesterday, right? You lose Boye, you lose Kobe, you lose Reek now, you lose K9. You still have some dudes over there, but Maxx Crosby is a special talent, man. Maybe the 3rd best pass rusher in the game.
I think I had just written this off entirely. I wasn't like 100% sold on the Seahawks should go get Maxx Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Maxx Crosby is available for less, again, according to Jeremy Fowler, probably a day 2 pick, not even a first rounder, much less the 2 first-rounders that Baltimore initially gave up. Look, Seattle lost Boye Mafe. Seattle, I know that people aren't especially high on Reek Woolen or maybe not even Kobe Bryant, but Seattle is losing some defenders. They are not central to what they're trying to do, but you're a great defense in part because you've got talent everywhere, and you're losing some of that talent right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, deal a day 2 pick for Maxx Crosby with a chance to bolster what's already a strength in your defensive line. In this case, it would be an outside backer, obviously. But,
yeah.
I mean, look, there's already doubt facing Seattle from outside people because of the pieces they're losing. Maxx Crosby changes that.
They're going to ask either for a first rounder and something else or a second rounder and something else or a second rounder and a player. So now I got to be thinking, if I'm the Seahawks, am I okay dealing out Maxx Crosby and them asking for D Hall and giving them a chance to? Like, it's not just going to be a first or a second. They're going to want some little cherry on top to make this thing sweet. I think Maxx Crosby is the type of guy that doesn't transform this defense because we know what this defense is capable of, even with the departure of Kobe Bryant and Reek Woolen. But it makes the hit that you took by those guys leaving, right? It kind of makes it feel a bit better. It's like, all right, well, we still need to look at safety. We still lost a corner, but we gained one of the best pass rushers in the game. I believe 3rd overall when it comes to sacks the last 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah.
That's something you have to look at. You don't ignore. Will John pull the trigger? We don't know.
Yeah. Someone mentioned, and this is true, that the conspiracy theory prior to the Cowboys team doctor one was just that they clearly wanted to sign Trey Hendrickson, realized they could get like just a different solution. We don't have to give up 2 first-round picks. We can just get Trey Hendrickson. Why would we do this? Let's pretend that he failed a physical and we aren't happy with it. It's the same thing I would do if I bought something expensive, found a very similar-looking thing for way cheaper at Target, and then I just ended up keeping that one. Yeah, I want my first-round picks back. But you know what's way more fun?
What?
Thinking it's the Cowboys team doctor. Yeah. Sign me up for that conspiracy theory.
Hey, and Shefty said that the Ravens were trying to get both of them at one point. Both of those guys.
Oh, they absolutely were. If they signed Hendrickson 24 hours after, yes, both were in the works for sure.
Yep. And I think because of that, I guarantee you Hendrickson got more money because now he became more valuable. Instead of having both of those guys or attempting to get both of those guys, now you get just Hendrickson. And he gets around, $30 million a year, which he was looking for like $40 million a year because of what Jalen Phillips was getting. He was valued around $25 million a year. So, yeah, Henderson is looking at Maxx Crosby and saying thank you. He's looking at Dr. Cooper and saying thank you. Y'all just made me probably $5 or $6 more million a year.
So you'd give pick 32 right now for Maxx Crosby?
I'd give it to him.
Because that's still a first rounder. It's the worst first rounder. It's a second round grade. But look, that first rounder is still better than any second rounder a team is going to offer.
If Maxx Crosby were drafted right now, not off of what he's done in college, right? Just say the last couple of years, even though he missed some games last year, he is worth the last pick in the first round. I would definitely do it.
Yeah, it's a second round grade. Guarantee you, there's not going to be a player that John Schneider looks at and goes, "Oh, I'd take him 15th overall."
Mm-hmm.
I'd take him top 10 at pick 32. Now, something to consider. Seattle, yes, there's cap space to talk about, obviously, but you can make that work. I tend to worry slightly less about cap space than I do about overall flexibility in the draft with your picks. Seattle's got 4 picks, including pick 32. I just assumed they were going to use pick 32 to trade back and try to rack up more picks, get more bites at the apple. You lose that flexibility when you trade for Maxx Crosby.
Yeah.
Is that worth it to you? Consider the contributions they've gotten from, I almost said freshmen, from rookies.
Hey, I'm taking it. If they are willing, if they accept the 32nd pick with Maxx Crosby, I am taking it. I understand that it hurts your chances of really making one pick into 2 at that spot, right? It's impossible. It's gone if you get Maxx Crosby. But that's how good that dude is, man. Watch that film. That man, when he is healthy, he's good to go. He's 28 years old. I think he has 3 to 4 more elite years in him. You talk about this window for the Seahawks. I've been saying it's like 2, maybe 3 seasons right now. You could extend it with picks and trades and draft picks and all that good stuff. I'm trying to win next year. I'm not thinking about 2-3 years down the road. I think that's where people get all messed up a bit. It's like, oh, but what about the future? How often do you get to a Super Bowl? 10 years in between appearances for this ball club.
And for the Patriots, for that record. They had to do it over 2 years.
Exactly. It's not easy. I know the Chiefs have made it look easy. I know that Philly has made it look easy the past 4 or 5 seasons, but it is not that easy. So when you have your franchise quarterback for the next few years, when you have the offensive player of the year, when you have a defense that schematically is on point and efficient, yes, you did lose some pieces, you got to do what you got to do to win next year, which is 2026. I'm tunnel vision.
Out of curiosity, would anyone be against doing this? Just let me know on the text line. I'll keep an eye out. 866-979-3776. If it cost you either pick 32 or a day 2 pick, a true day 2 pick for Maxx Crosby now. And again, you already knew that he had a meniscus issue, that he had a knee issue before the Ravens even traded for him. This was already common knowledge. And if anyone's like, well, what's wrong with them, which I obviously wondered, and many people wondered, the Ravens were also signing Trey Hendrickson. It sure seems as though they just wanted those picks back and decided they didn't want both. I don't know. It looks a little underhanded and a little weird. You still want Maxx Crosby? 866-979-3776. Curtis, would you be, Hype Train was yesterday and comes up again tomorrow, but let's say we were playing it today. Would you be with Bump on that one with dealing for Crosby?
Yeah, if the price tag's a little bit lower, sure. Yeah, if you don't have to give him a first rounder, all right, we got special effects. Bring him here for sure. If you don't have to give up a first, then yeah, absolutely get him in Seattle.
Okay, I'll say this. The text line is so far, I know there's a bit of a delay, but so far almost 100% that they do it. And most people are saying, look, if you have the cap space, absolutely. 253, I'm in, let's go. Jack in the 425, championship windows are much shorter in the NFL. Especially with a quarterback on a very team-friendly deal. Good point, Jack. Christian in the 206, picks are lottery tickets. Crosby's a proven PPP certified business loan guaranteeing you a return. 808, no brainer. Crosby for 32, absolutely. 509 for 1 pick, absolutely. 206, do it yesterday for pick 32. Another 206, yes. I cannot find one person. Ryan from Spokane says still don't want him. Ryan, tell me why. But yeah, I think the vast majority of people were hesitant to do it for 2 firsts.
Yeah. And
they've been burned before. Yeah, you gave up first-round picks for Jimmy Graham, Percy Harvin, and then later 2 for Jamal Adams. It just hasn't really – those blockbuster deals haven't worked out for Seattle nearly as much as midseason trades and recent draft picks, right? Suddenly when you don't have to give up those 2 firsts and when the only first you have to give up is basically a second.
Yeah. Looking good. Come on now.
Very tempting. All right, let's get to headline rewrites.
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number one, Riq Woolen is headed to the Eagles on a one-year deal worth up to $15 million. What's the real headline?
This is only a bad move if you're a player who's chronically online.
You know, I saw some reaction from Eagles fans yesterday, and there were a few that were like, we just stole one of the key components of the Seahawks defense. We're back and all this stuff. And I go, yes, Riq Woolen is a good ball player. He's going to help your team, but you don't really know what you're going to get. There's going to be at least 3 or 4 headaches from Riq Woolen. And it's not fine, but that's just part of who he is. Some players, you understand that they're going to be ups and downs. Hopefully, Riq is just locked in. He goes over there. He's humbled. He comes in and just focuses on football and doesn't let all this extra stuff get to him, because Philly fans are not very kind. They booed Santa and threw batteries at him.
They're horrible.
That is Philly. So, Riq, put the phone down. Focus on you. Get you a condo outside of the city. Drive in every day.
Live in New
those
Jersey.
windows. Yeah. Just get out of there, man. Because if he is focused, he is one of the best corners in the game.
Sure,
he really is. It's just the little hiccups that might get him.
Well, look, I would love an opportunity to make a bajillion dollars. I'm not nearly talented enough to do that, and players are, and so good on them for getting that money, getting those contracts, and finding those opportunities. But man, is that market tough? We talked with a player once who had played for Philadelphia, and this was, I think, an off-air conversation. He had played for Philadelphia and was then playing for Seattle, and we asked him, like, hey, I think we said, are the fans really that bad, or like, where was the worst place that you played? And he said Philly.
Yeah.
That the fans were they will say the most horrible things to you if you make a mistake, or just, if they don't like you. Like, it's tough, man. They're rough.
Was that player the one who was missing out on jail time?
Yes.
I'll let people fill in the blanks on that.
I knew where you were going already.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2. Miami Heat star Bam Adebayo scored 83 points on Tuesday against the Washington Wizards, the second most scored in an NBA game ever. Here is how that sounded last night.
82 points. Mama, we feel your joy. The second highest scoring game in NBA history, second only to Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game in Hershey, Pennsylvania against the New York Knicks when he was playing for Philadelphia.
MVP! Y'all don't believe that. Y'all do not believe that.
83.
Jaylen Brown.
83 points for Bam Adebayo. He will come out of the game and hear it from the crowd. And we feel you at home.
What's the real headline?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Between this and Team Italy winning, I'm genuinely not sure what surprised me more yesterday. I think it was this.
I think so, too.
I think it was this.
He's a great player. Not
MVP?
Someone I would have ever picked to break Kobe's 81.
As now number 2 behind Will. 2.
All right.
Bump, you've got the floor.
What's
Your
today?
Today's
Today's March 11th.
What day of the week
Laura's
is
birthday.
it?
It's
Wednesday.
What do I do on Wednesdays?
At 10:45.
right.
Get off my lawn.
I'm gonna save. Thank you. I'm gonna save my comments on this for 10:45. Congratulations to Bam. His girl was there, the best female player in the world right now. Mom was there. Miami Heat fans, y'all tripping. No MVP for him. Jaylen Brown, Wembanyama, Spoelstra. I guess I'll have more on this later.
You know what's nuts is that Bam Adebayo's girlfriend, Asia Wilson, holds the single game WNBA record for points in a game.
What is it? You know?
53.
53? All right.
That's
83.
quite the duo. 83 is a stupid number.
Just, I love the MVP.
We're going to watch
fans.
the NCAA tournament next week. There are going to be many games where teams do not score 83 points.
I just can't believe it. I don't want to take away from Get Off My Lawn. I know Bump's gonna. I just knew once it was, hey, he broke Kobe's record. I think Curtis and I both knew what was coming.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think we both knew, like, look, the timing on this is perfect. Bump's going to have something to say. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know he's feeling it, and I know he's going to have something to say, and that's coming up in about 25 minutes. What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline 3, Team USA fell to Italy 8-6 on Tuesday and now face elimination based on the result of tonight's Italy-Mexico game. What's the real headline?
Mark DeRosa's mind will be blown when someone fills him in on this.
Mark, you're going to need to sit down for this.
You know what's crazy?
You're not going to believe this, buddy.
As a player, I remember being, going to these AU tournaments growing up, soccer tournaments, 7-on-7 tournaments, and every tournament is a bit different, right? You got to learn the rules. Like sometimes in a 7-on-7 tournament, it's point differential. Sometimes just wins or losses. Sometimes you start with the ball on the 40. Sometimes you start on the 35. There's things that change within tournaments. You know who I always look to for the answer? The dang coach. Coach, what are the rules? This is your job. You're not playing. Tell me how to play this game. What should be our approach? And he said, I just misspoke. No, you just didn't know. And with all the data that's in baseball, all the data, you mean to tell me you were not prepared for this game in this situation to set your team up? Your job as a manager, set your team up, put them in position to succeed. You sit back and call out when you're ready to sub in a pitcher, you sub them in. This is disappointing, man. You got to know the dang rules. It's Michael Hill, who's the general manager, and DeRosa, who's the manager out there. What are y'all doing? Y'all have too many whiskeys the night before? Were y'all not in the rule book? Like, set your team up, and now look at us. About to be potentially eliminated from this thing.
Now, we are going to talk a lot more about this coming up in our next segment. So we've got Bump going off about yesterday's very weird stories at 10:45, getting back to an unforgivable night from Team USA with some sound you're not going to believe if you haven't heard it, coming up at 10:30. Before we get to it, just some quick responses when I asked, who says no? And so far, not a lot of people. Riley in Idaho says, I heard this year isn't great for the draft. Next year we have 12 picks. Yeah, max, 100%. I think that, I'm always hesitant to say too much about not a good draft, because you can always find talent everywhere. Every year is going to produce a special player somewhere, even though there are bad classes overall. But Riley does make a good point, and not only that you're going to have more picks, but that as successful as Seattle has been in the last several drafts, I am always hesitant to just go, oh, you don't need him. You could just find someone in the draft.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
No.
It's really not. And a lot of the guys that we're talking about where it's oh, you found him. How cool. Oh, you mean number 5 overall Devin Witherspoon?
Right.
And number 18 overall Gray Zabel? And number
Charles Cross?
16 overall Byron. Yeah, exactly. and number 9 Charles Cross, and number 16 overall Byron Murphy, and number 21-23 JSN. These are all first-round picks that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, yes, you can find talent anywhere. Yes, you can find talent in the draft. Yes, rookies can make your team that much better. Yes, I know that there are talented players like Nick Immanwari who are not first-round picks, but Riley is right in that I think sometimes it's a mistake to just assume, oh, you can find that in the draft. No, man. When you know there's going to be talent, it's so tempting to go get that guy. Yeah. We'll get back to the Maxx conversation later. Coming up next, an unforgivable night from Team USA.
9 out of 10 experts agree wearing earbuds at work is the universal signal for leave me alone. So grab the earbuds, pull up the Seattle Sports app, and trade that annoying coworker's endless yapping for this.
He's at the wall. Cal Raleigh's first one of the spring.
Listen to every Mariners spring training game live for free, only on the Seattle Sports app. Improving lives through Mariners baseball, one
sparkling play by Josh Naylor
at a time.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Don't miss the Seattle RV Show, March 12th through 15. Hundreds of new models and floor plans. RVs for every budget. RVs for every lifestyle. Special rates, incentives, exclusive prices, accessories. Tickets at seattlervshow.com. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Do you need a new roof? Then trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing to get you taken care of this spring. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and secure $500 off your roof replacement. Right now, you can still take advantage of spring pricing and beat the summer rush. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Spring, well, it's the perfect time to start planning your dream deck. And right now, PCF is making it easier than ever to get you started with 50% off your custom professional design and architectural drawing package. What does it mean? Well, it means you can save over $9,000 on your project. And with 12 months of no interest, no payment financing, you can design your deck now and pay later. Most people who start with a design package end up with the outdoor space they've always dreamed of. And this offer is your first step. Don't wait until summer and wish you had started the process sooner. Start it now. Do what Molly and I did some years ago. Contact PCF Construction Group today. Get project ideas, browse photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. Go see my friends at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Did you know that a pedestrian does not have to be crossing the street on a marked crosswalk to have a successful legal claim against the driver? Pedestrians can even be partially at fault for a collision and still have a valuable claim. Call us today for a free consultation or get my free book on pedestrian accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
Don't miss 3 Tree Roofing Mariners Cactus League Baseball.
This could be 2. JP has it, goes to the bag, steps on second, fires to first, double play.
Broadcast times at seattlesports.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Filed under pretty unforgivable moves is not knowing any of the playoff situations for your team. I shouldn't say any. Team USA manager for WBC, Mark DeRosa, knew his team was undefeated so far. I think that
I hope he did.
I think that his math just wasn't mathing. And look, as someone whose math is never mathing, I get it. But his math wasn't mathing when it came to elimination. He assumed, and this was in an interview with MLB Network's Hot Stove, that Team USA had already punched their ticket.
Absolutely. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to get some guys off their feet, no question about it. I'd like to get Goldie a start. And, he has been awesome, just a leader of men behind the scenes with Aaron Judge. I'd like to get him in there. I'd like to get Gunnar in there again. Ton of respect for Italy. It's weird. We want to win. We want to win this game, even though our tickets punched to the quarterfinals, because Mexico plays Italy actually tomorrow. So the way the schedule lines up, this is an important game for us. Nolan McLean will start. He's on the bump and he's good to go.
Their ticket was not punched, Bump. It was not punched. And if you thought that someone corrected him after that conversation with MLB Network, John Boy thinks you're wrong. He talked about what he saw in this one.
So after beating Mexico and punching their ticket to the next round, they celebrated accordingly. Guys had fun.
Not only that ended up on the bus, that ended up back at the hotel. There was some guys dragging today.
Guys are dragging a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't show up in the field.
Keller's got it. Low throw gets into center field. DeRazio comes in to score. Throw is past second. Here comes the runner from third, and he dives under the tag.
Okay, so they go out and party the night before, and you can just see in the lineup. It's looking like the lineup that you would set. There's never a bad lineup with this team. It's stacked. But, here's another one from John Boy.
They also set their lineup in a fashion that would tell you they weren't taking this game serious. Paul Goldschmidt is a platoon bat. He was the 5th worst qualified hitter against right-handed pitching in Major League Baseball last year out of 155 guys. He gets the start against a righty. That is the move of someone who thinks the game doesn't matter. They didn't make any moves off the bench until the 7th inning. This is a much different game. All runs matter in the tiebreaker.
Now, you can hear, obviously, John Boy talk about it, but basically with DeRosa, when he goes on the hot stove and says, I'd love to get Paul some time, he's talking about it like this is the throwaway game. This is the Sunday game, Sunday lineup, morning start after you punch your ticket to the playoffs and you're good and you're just trying to get guys some play time, get some rest for other guys. I would bet American tender, real money, Bump, that they did not know until this game was well underway.
No, they didn't know.
That they were in danger of being eliminated.
Dudes were celebrating on the bus, at the hotel. We chilling, we've advanced. My man goes out on foul territory and says we punched our ticket. Is no one paying attention? Nobody in the whole US of A organization paid attention and said, actually, coach, we got to win this game. We need this game. It's just negligence. No one's paying attention. Whose fault is it? I look at DeRosa and I say, all right, man, he's responsible for setting the lineup. And how baseball works today is that you got all these data people punching in these numbers on their computers, on their toys, okay? And then they're giving him this information.
All these nerds.
And he's taking that information and he's setting the lineup, right? So I'm going to give him some responsibility, but not all of it, because we know how this works now, right? There's a lot of people involved that shouldn't be involved. Who's that manager that said he was getting advice an hour before the game that we talked to last week? He's not a manager anymore. I think that's what. Who was that, Curtis? There's a manager, a former manager.
Joe Madden.
Joe Madden.
Yeah.
He said he's getting information an hour before the game on how to set the lineup. All right, this is baseball culture. So you mean to tell me none of the nerds up there were like, actually, coach, we need to win this game to advance to the next round.
We need a certain amount of runs.
No one told him. No one told him that. Now, the format is weird because it is run differential, but okay, this is the tournament.
Yeah.
Look at the rules of the tournament before you start the dang tournament. Sure. I'm just disappointed that this is the way that we lost. And then you change the lineup and you try to make a last, 2 or 3 innings run, and you fall short. And you fell short because of your own doing. And now we got to wait on Mexico, hope that Mexico wins by more than 5. Mexico might be petty and be like, nah, actually, we're going to stop at 4. We're going to stop at 4 or score at least 4. We're going to stop at 4, and U.S., you're going to have to pay for this. This is a nasty situation. It's embarrassing, honestly. I was embarrassed when I found out the way that this whole thing went down. Come on, man.
Now, if you were wondering, well, Mexico has no reason not to keep their foot on the gas. You're wrong.
I hope we play the U.S. again. That would be awesome. I would be ecstatic to face them again. For one, it's probably the championship, right? It's a championship in Miami. In fact, you know what? I want to face them more than I want anything else in the world. How's that? Unless, I don't know. Well, I don't know what the lottery is at right now, but if the lottery is somewhere around 800 million, then yeah, I'll win the lottery and cheer everybody from far. But outside of that, I desire that more than anything in the world. Face them again in Miami. I think that we'll end up 1-1 against the U.S. this tournament, and Mexico won't lose again until 3 years from now.
That was Benji Gill, Mexico manager, who wants nothing more than to beat Team USA. Now, he was talking about in a rematch, but his team kind of has a chance to beat USA right now by knocking them out of the WBC.
If I'm Mexico, I'm being petty, and I'm doing that.
So let me go over the scenarios. If Italy wins, Mexico is eliminated, period. So I almost said Seattle's. Team USA's best chance is that Italy just wins by any score. It doesn't matter.
Not happening.
You never know. Italy just beat Team USA.
Yeah. A hungover Team USA.
You never know. We're all Italian today. So if Italy beats Mexico, U.S. advances. If Mexico beats Italy, well, now we're in a pickle, okay? Because if Mexico wins 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 2-1, but all you need to know is that with a relatively small run differential between the two, U.S. is eliminated. If Mexico scores 5 or more runs in that win, a.k.a. if Italy allows 4 or fewer, then opposite. I'm messing myself up.
If Mexico scores more than 5 or more, they're in.
Then the
U.S. is out.
In. Yeah, thank you for simplifying it. So,
oh man,
your best and easiest advance is Italy winning.
This is sad.
It's really sad.
This is sad. Because clearly the U.S. roster is just stacked.
Have you ever been in a car that's going the wrong way, but no one says anything, but you know you're going the wrong way?
No, because I'm saying something every time.
Okay, well, I'm not. I'm too polite. Someone called my dog Loopy the other day, and I didn't correct them.
We got a new name for
Hi, Loopy.
I met this person walked on the elevator. What's your dog's name? Lukey. Hi, Loopy. I didn't say anything. I let him be called out of his own name. Just no matter. I'm too polite. I have been in that situation. I have been in a car or in an Uber that's absolutely going the wrong way, and I don't say anything for a minute. I guarantee you.
Do you put in your destination on your phone when you ride in the Uber?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I guarantee you that someone on Team USA thought, I don't think this is right.
No.
Guys.
No way.
I don't think we've clinched our spot. I don't think we have, but they didn't say anything.
Oh, so you get 7 innings in and finally you say something?
Well, I don't know that person did.
What do you get a call?
There had to be.
The phone rings from the dugout?
There had to be one player going,
come on,
Are you
man.
guys sure? Are you guys sure? Was that supposed to? I don't think we were supposed to turn left there. Like, I don't think we were, but I don't want to say anything. I'm just going to be, hey, if DeRosa says we're good, I guess.
Know
we
the
went
rules.
out and partied last night.
Know the dang rules.
What's going on?
What? Oh, my God. This is ridiculous. And Mexico, be petty. I'm not even mad at you. Be petty. We deserve this. We didn't read the rule book. We didn't understand the situation. It's like it's freaking 4th and 1 with 30 seconds left. You have no timeout. You're like, let's punt it. We're down 4, but don't matter. Let's punt it. We're good. What is going on, man?
Okay, so again, if Italy wins against Mexico tonight, U.S. advances. If Mexico wins by 5 or more, the U.S. advances. Did I do that right?
You did it.
Okay. Look at me being Mark DeRosa over here. Both of us are messed up. Turn around here. Get off my lawn. Coming your way next.
NFL free agency is underway.
Walker finds a gap, 40, 35.
Ian Rappaport, the Chiefs are signing Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker.
3 years, $45 million.
The worth of K9 to the market was far greater than the value that it could be here. I thought John laid that out really well last Thursday with Dave and Bob.
What's his value for us, and how do we fit that in?
What's next for the Seahawks?
$58 million in cap space right now. You have guys locked up for a couple years.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champs, Seattle Sports.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would rather get my teeth drilled than go to a car dealership. But good news, that changed because of Wayscar Ford in Auburn. The first time I went out there, I was nervous. Just being at a car dealership brings pressure, for me at least. I feel like I'm going to get ripped off or pressure to make a decision that day that I'm just not ready for. But instead, I felt immediately comfortable because there's absolutely no pressure at Wayscar Ford, period. And they back it up with a 5-day or 500-mile, 100% no questions asked money-back guarantee. Wayscar Ford is only going to sell you a car if you want to buy one. So if you want a low-pressure experience, Wayscar Ford in Auburn is where you need to go. By the way, they don't just have Fords, they have everything. Take it from me or check out their reviews. They have thousands of 5-star reviews you can buy with confidence. Wayscar Ford has been family-owned and operated in downtown Auburn for over 103 years. And trust me, you don't stay in business that long by not taking care of people. So see it for yourself at Wayscar Ford in Auburn. That's wayscarford.com.
Hey homeowners, are you stuck on the credit card treadmill and stressed because your consumer debt and monthly payments are too high? Well, Brock Heward here with a smart solution. Your home's equity in the Seattle Metro is probably larger than ever. It's like you're sitting on a stack of cash. Consider a cash-out refinance with Tila Mortgage to consolidate your high-balance credit cards, second mortgages, home equity lines of credit, and student loans, or get cash for a remodel. With interest rates finally coming down, consolidating your debt now may be the best decision you ever make. With excellent client reviews and trusted in Washington for over 25 years, Tila has competitive rates on refinance, purchase, or reverse mortgages too. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Call Tila Mortgage today, 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found Good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's Good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $36.99. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Join the Seattle Sports Commission for a star-studded fundraising event featuring the athletes and icons of Washington sports. Experience red carpet interviews, sports exhibits, a silent auction, and live awards show. Created for the sports community by the sports community, all while supporting the nonprofit power of Seattle sports. Don't miss your chance to be among the stars on March 13th at the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year presented by Microsoft. Get your tickets now at seattlesports.org.
Don't miss the All Sound Plumbing Mariners Cactus League report. Tuesday nights at 6. Going inside Mariners camp on the home of the American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Dave Wyman here with Dr. Robert Meyer from Swedish Hospital. Dr. Meyer, tell us about the amazing results prostate cancer patients are getting with Swedish CyberKnife.
Well, at the Swedish CyberKnife, our patients are really satisfied with the experience. The treatment is very effective at eradicating the cancer, has minimal side effects, and we are seeing excellent cancer control 10 years later.
Find out more at swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Video security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, 24/7 monitoring, and more. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy, knowing we're here for you, your people, and your business. Visit bayalarm.com to talk to a local security expert. Bay Alarm, we got you.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
It's a Wednesday at 10:45, and you know what that means. Bump is angry, and he's got 3 things to rant about. So let's get started. Bump, what's first?
I'm a man. I'm 40.
All right. The gym has calmed down. It's March.
Oh, that's good.
So that means all the fake New Year, New Me people are back to doing whatever it is they do. And no disrespect. I appreciate it. I'm sure the gym appreciates your membership that you signed up for a year that you're only going to use maybe 2 months out the year. But there's still some people there. And I don't shower at the gym. I work out and I shower over here, right? And I had to shower at the gym the other day because I went at night because I missed my workout. One, I hate the gym at night. Goodness gracious, it's crowded. Teenagers are there just looking in the mirror all the time. Phones are up, being recorded. The men are all over the women. Like, it's like a dirty club in there. I don't like going to the gym in the PM. But I did go, had to shower in there. And, I was accused of something down at this shower down here.
What?
Right? You guys all.
That's dangerous.
Someone said that I might have been leaving my beard hairs.
Yeah, you were accused of not cleaning up beard trimmings.
But you know what's funny is I know exactly who it is, but I ain't gonna blast him. I know exactly who it is. It wasn't me. But anyway, I'm at the gym. And I'm out the shower. I got this routine I do for my beard. You got to make sure it's all moisturized and stuff. And I'm doing that. And this guy walks by me. He just got out the pool, and he's in the common area just wringing out his shorts on the floor. Wringing out his shorts. So it's wet everywhere. There's a machine that will do that for you. And he's walking around talking to people. I'm like, what are you doing? No one wants your booty juice all over the dang floor. I don't care if you're in the pool, your stuff was still all on that.
Unspeakable.
Like, what are you doing? And he's having conversations with his boys, and I go, no one's going to call this man out. No one's going to say this is a common area, sir. Why are you wringing out your wet shorts in the middle of this, just casually talking to people? It was disgusting.
Oh.
Disgusting.
Maybe because he was in the pool. So, like poolside, obviously. Yeah, it doesn't matter what falls on the floor.
Yeah.
But you are now in the locker room,
You left the pool. You're in the locker room.
This is
in the common area.
Right. This is now.
Yes.
What? No.
That was disgusting. I gave him a look. I'm glad I was out of there. That makes me not want to shower there ever again.
That's gross. That's gross. You got to wear flippy floppies there for sure.
Flippy floppies? I've never heard anyone call them that.
Yeah.
Flippy floppies?
You got to wear flippy floppies.
Okay, yeah, flippy floppies. Got to. All right.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Next up. Hey, so this past weekend, I haven't been to the Seattle waterfront since they did it all up and all that.
Oh, it's nice.
You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, let me go check it out.
Yeah.
It's nice, right?
Beautiful.
I took the long way too, past the Space Needle and got, I want to see the whole thing. The scenic route. I want to see the whole thing. I'm like, what is this all about? I'm like, yeah, they made some upgrades. Cool. So you know what? I'm hungry. Let's stop at Ivar's. Is that how you say it? Is it Ivar's? Okay. I'm not a seafood guy, but I was with a buddy who's a seafood guy. I'm like, cool. Let's go to Ivar's. I'm sure they got a burger on the menu or something. And I go to pay for my parking, and I use the app. It's like pay by parking or something like that. And it's cool because You use the app, and it gives you updates. Like if your time's running out, I can push a button, boop, add 10 minutes, boop, add 30 minutes. So I ended up adding like 30 more minutes because we were there for over like an hour and a half. And I come back, there's a ticket on my truck. Why is there a ticket on my truck if I'm using the dang app, right? So then I call the number. I go, hey, something's wrong because I took a screenshot of how much time I had left. I had like 10 minutes left. Took a screenshot. I sent it to the pay by. Like, oh, that's not us. That's the other company monitoring the parking lot. Why aren't you guys on the same page? If I'm paying you, why do I need to check in with them? I go, has this been an issue for you guys? They're like, yeah, it's been an issue all year long. Why haven't you fixed it? So now I'm looking at the parking ticket. It says $200.
What?
$200.
Whoa.
I go,
That's insane.
I'm not paying that $200. I go, y'all got to fix this. I go, all right, look, this is what we can do. All right. We could cancel your whatever your payment. We'll get it down to $20, but then now you got to call them and make sure that they know that we covered this and you're good to go. I go, why do I need to call? You guys are both monitoring the same parking lot. Y'all should be in cahoots. Whatever I send to you, your data should be sent to them, and this shouldn't be a dang problem. Like, I know, sir, I'm sorry. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is way too much work. I did everything I was supposed to do, yet you're making me do 2 or 3 more steps. So if you ever park in that parking lot at Ivers, don't use use the pay by because it's convenient. But just make sure the people in the booth know, like, listen, I paid. I'm using the app. If the little parking guy comes around here, tell him to leave me alone.
Yeah. I can't believe it's a $200 parking ticket. I've never seen a $200 parking ticket in my entire life.
My deal was only about $24 a park there.
I feel like standard is like, $50. Maybe it'll hit you with $75. $200?
$200.
I swear they just try to find ways to get money from
Get on
people.
the same page.
Okay, what's last?
All
I
right,
already
last
know what's
one.
coming.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah, it is.
What's my middle son's
Just putting
name?
the ball on the tee.
What's
for
my
Bump
middle
here.
son's name?
Kobe.
Named him after the great Kobe Bryant. You haters text me and all the bad stuff Kobe did. I don't care right now, okay? Last night, Bam. Congratulations, Bam. 83 points. What a feat.
MVP.
What a feat. I saw the numbers. I go, oh, man, he must have balled out. My dude must have been going insane. You know, and I'm not taking away his 83 points.
You can't.
They're 83, right behind Will. But let's break down this 83, guys.
Oh, no.
What are we doing here? He was 20 of 43. Shot 46% from the field. If that was 3-pointers, it'd be different. 46% from the field. He was 7 of 22 from 3-point range. He shot 43 free throws. My man Kobe was 28 of 46, 60% from the field. 7 of 13 from 3, a little over 50%. 18 of 20 from the free throw line. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. NBA is soft as heck. You got his teammates fouling the other team so he can get more possessions. The Wizards aren't even playing defense. Look, Bam, congratulations on your 83. But this is where I really feel like an old head. You need context to the 83. That was the most bogus, cheapest 83 I've ever seen, and I've never seen 83.
Yeah, it's the only 83.
I haven't seen it. That was
only
bogus.
one other person has scored more than 83.
Hey, let me finish. Let me finish. All right? This is bogus. My man Kobe, rest in peace, right, is up there rolling around. He's up there just throwing a fit because he's watching this 83, and Kobe needed to score 81. The Raptors were beating him in the first quarter. They were beating him at halftime. It was close in the third quarter. He needed to score that 81. That 83, man, that was rec league ball. That was rec league.
Wow.
That was Monroe Boys and Girls Club. You're playing against the Wizards. My man shot 43 field goals. Excuse me.
Kobe's was against a Raptors team that was 14 and 27 at the time.
They're garbage. He shot 43 free throws. 43? You breathe on him, you're going to call a foul. NBA, y'all soft for this, man. I've been trying to have y'all back. I'm going to still have you back because I love my Lakers. And when the Sonics get back here, I'm really going to be on you. Bogus 83. Bam. Congratulations. 83 is 83. But context is needed here. Do my dude Kobe like that. Rest in peace, Kobe.
I can't believe you said rec league.
It's rec league.
The Monroe
the Wizards are
Boys
garbage.
and Girls Club, 83. 83. You know, I still liked it. It was a great rant. I think it over-delivered, frankly. It's even better than I thought it would be.
I was mad. I had much respect, and then I broke it down and saw the highlights go, oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. Not like this. Not like this.
Not like this. Seattle Times Bob Condotta joins us next.
All week long, Lyman and Bob are broadcasting live from Mariners spring training in Peoria, Arizona. Every afternoon starting at 2.
I cannot wait to get down there.
The expectations.
Based on what we saw last year, what they've done in the offseason, that's not kooky talk, Dave.
No, it's not.
Your favorite Mariners.
If you want to get here and you want to do this, you have to have those expectations.
Lyman and Bob live at Mariners spring training all week long on the home of your AL West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Opened in 1933, our family is still here, doing the right thing for your family.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and they got some great entertainment coming through, like Hinder on April 4th, Pop 2000 Tour in August, and then, yes, Queensryche in October. All the info at snocasino.com. And while you're there, you got to check out the Falls Buffet, serving up all your favorites, prime rib every day, fresh pasta, delicious stir-fry, pizzas, salad bar, dessert bar, the pies made every day. It is Seattle's closest, Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
Well, this is pretty fun for me. Normally, Shannon O'Kelly and I are talking physical therapy, but today we are talking First Mark Insurance. You made the call to First Mark. You took the challenge. Why?
Brock, I was looking for a local agency that I could align with similar values, and they've helped us here at IRG. They shop different plans. They find the best plan for you, the best price, the best coverage, great customer service, and great connectivity.
Did they save you any money along the way?
Absolutely, they saved us money. Obviously, here at IRG, I have several needs in the insurance industry, and they look at those needs A to Z, and they find out what kind of coverage you need, what is the best coverage, at what cost, and they're always looking to save money. And again, it's all about providing my company, IRG, great customer service.
Well, Shannon and IRG, they took the challenge. Molly and I, we took the challenge. Are you confident that your business is getting the very best when it comes to your insurance needs? If not, take the First Mark Challenge today, and it's totally free. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com, your teammate that goes to work for you. Firstmarkinsurance.com.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Find your pot of gold at Lake Washington Windows and Doors with savings up to 20% on new windows and doors for your home. Plus, enjoy easy 12-month same-as-cash financing. Strike gold today. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
If you've been in a wreck or a fender bender,
You have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility, not just where your insurance company tells you to go. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. With over 25 years of auto repair work, they'll exceed your expectations.
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
At Accurate Auto Body, all their work is performed by certified technicians, only using OEM parts to guarantee the safety of you and your family. For the best in auto body collision repair and customer service, give them a call at 425-883-2450 or AccurateAutoBodyWA.com. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $36.99. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ready to free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future at AmazonBusiness.com.
Ever notice how your floors still look dirty even after you mop?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Swiffer Power Mop gives you a deeper clean you can actually see.
I'm listening.
Unlike string mops, Swiffer Power Mop absorbs more dirt and locks it away, even in those hard-to-reach spots.
Like behind the toilet?
Exactly. The new micro scrubbers deliver thousands of tiny deep cleaning actions, so your floors look, smell, and feel clean.
Bye-bye, dirty floors. Hello, Swiffer Power Mop.
Try the Swiffer Power Mop. Love it or your money back.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Seahawks are re-signing offensive lineman Josh Jones to a one-year deal. This from Tom Pelissero. The 28-year-old had 3 starts in place of an injured Charles Cross this season, including for a Thursday night football win over the Rams.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Quick bit of free agent news here. The Seattle Seahawks are re-signing offensive tackle Josh Jones to a one-year deal. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reporting this story. The 28-year-old backed up Charles Cross, appeared in 14 games during the regular season, obviously making 3 major starts for Cross, who missed time due to injury. One of those starts coming in a Thursday night football win over the Rams.
Great signing.
Great signing.
Underrated.
Yeah.
People aren't going to appreciate it, but Jones did a great job.
And not that it really matters, but just a genuinely good dude. We interviewed him for the huddle and just kind of the nicest, coolest dude.
Mm-hmm.
So always good to have backup for your offensive line, but just like good people in your locker room. Always a good moment. We're going to be joined shortly by Seattle Times' Bob Condotta. Earlier in the show, we talked about whether or not you guys would make a deal for Maxx Crosby, who is still a Raider, apparently. This after the Ravens nullified that trade when they sent 2 first-rounders. Now, a little shady. They ended up signing Trey Hendrickson, who was free agent, to a contract. No longer dealing for Maxx Crosby. Would he be available for less? Would you make a move if you were Seattle? I don't know. Let's ask Bob Condotta. Bob, now that Maxx Crosby, I know this is a weird place to start, but now that Maxx Crosby is technically still available, how many people have been asking you whether or not the Seahawks should trade for him?
Yeah, well, it's starting to sound like he's not available. Diana Rossini just reported that the plan is for him to stay with the team this year. So did Albert Breer. He had a really good synopsis on it that he just posted, where he said Crosby walked into the Raider facility at 6 a.m. this morning and said he wants to recommit to the team, and kind of saying that Clint Kubiak, they think this could be a really good way to win over the rest of the veterans by keeping him, because they signed all these other guys who they're going to keep as well, and now they can kind of sell the idea that they might be somewhat competitive this year. So. It sounds like they're going to stick to their, Beer kind of stated it as they'll continue to listen, but they're not going to call anybody. And if somebody wants to match or better what the Ravens gave, that maybe they'll listen, but that they're kind of thinking about keeping him. And one thing to remember is the Seahawks offer wouldn't be as good as the Ravens, because that first, their first pick is their first round pick is the worst one in the first round this year. So, they technically, maybe the Seahawks would have to offer kind of more on paper than the Ravens did to make up for the gap in pick. So I don't know if that's something the Seahawks want to do. I've kind of thought all along that their goal is more to kind of keep what they have together. They know they've got some big bills coming due later to keep their own team together rather than really trying to make a big splash. We'll see if something changes on that down the road, but it sort of kind of sounded like nothing would be imminent.
I'm sorry, I just drew a blank right here, Bob. I had a question for you, and I just lost it that quickly. I'll switch it up, though. So, obviously, you got a bunch of guys who aren't on this team, right? And a lot of the fans are concerned, but I think they don't realize that this is something that any good team deals with every year. It's just that you win a Super Bowl, you have some pieces here that you feel like they are going to miss. Like, what do you think how far has the downgrade been, right? When you lose K9, Kobe, Reek, I'm missing someone. What else am I missing? K9 Kobe.
Boye Mafe.
Yeah, Mafe, exactly.
Boye Mafe, yeah.
Like, how much worse is this team? And if they were to line up right now with who they have, obviously they're going to draft some guys and pick some guys up. Do you still think they're contenders?
Yeah, well, I think saying they're worse implies nobody else on the roster is getting better, and that they're not, and that they don't make some additions here. I think there's a chance this team doesn't have to get a whole lot worse. Rick Woolen, that situation has been dissected left and right a million times, but I don't think anybody ever thought he was really coming back. I think that's why they made it the aggressive move to bring back Josh Jobe. You've got those two corners. This is supposed to be an okay draft at corner, so maybe they could get one with either the first or second round pick. Maybe there's somebody who will follow them. They do obviously need to sign a corner or two just for depth purposes, if nothing else. You've got Nehemiah Pritchett there as well, but I think given kind of the way Mike McDonald is good at putting secondaries together, I think he's proven to be about the best in the NFL at that. I think there's every reason to think they can kind of overcome that one. Kobe Bryant, I think they wanted back, but I think they do feel confident in Ty Okada. Maybe easy to forget, but he started the last two games of the regular season, when Bryant was out, and they didn't miss much of a beat. That included the win at San Francisco. So they at least have seen him and kind of know exactly what they have there at him. And then, with Mafe, I think that was another guy that from the start, you kind of felt like when you looked at the overall, he might not be back either. And then especially with that offer he got, I think that was one of the more surprising. Just kind of showed the value of rush ends to get that much. And, they will have to do some things there. But again, this is another draft. You saw people kind of coming out of the Senior Bowl saying this is a really good year to need a rush end in the draft. And so I think it's another spot where maybe they can, something was going to have to give financially. And so I think that's where you look at the three picks they do have in the first three rounds. And I think they felt like, well, we can attack those positions there with the guys we lose. They don't have to lose anybody else at this point, and I don't think they will, other than anybody that they don't want to bring back. Yeah. So, and then Ken Walker's kind of the big one, and they're going to have to do something there. I think that's where you might see them spend some money on an external free agent at some point, and bring somebody back there. And but that's what you always have to do. I think it was about 2 weeks after they won the Super Bowl the first time. I think they cut Chris Clemens, Red Bryant, and Sidney Rice. It's kind of just stuff you always got to do when this happens, and when you're going to have to re-sign some of your own guys, and especially when you have some really young superstars like JSN and Devin Witherspoon, who you have to take care of. Speaking of those two, do you anticipate that we could see Devin done much sooner than JSN, just because of JSN's season? Not necessarily. I think Witherspoon's going to want top of the market as well. Mm-hmm. The reason to do them is simply that if you think there's other guys that might sign and kind of set a new bar that's higher than what the old bar was. But typically they've almost always waited to do extensions until the spring or summer, usually the summer. A really analogous situation sort of is just kind of, in 2015 when they had Bobby Wagner and Russell Wilson, and, two superstar guys who were drafted, who were suddenly going to be extension eligible and all that. And they got both of those guys done, within like 2 days of each other, right at the start of training camp in 15. Sometimes they spread out a few of them when they did Sherman, Earl Thomas. They kind of did those guys a little bit earlier. If I recall right, but typically they just, I think, I don't know if they'll necessarily be we got to get this guy done and then do that guy, unless it's just simply that JSN's deal will be larger and just given the position, the highest paid receiver makes $40 million essentially, the highest paid corner makes $30. So those are probably going to be the round numbers you're looking at for each of those two guys. So if maybe just because of that, you'd be looking at, is it easier to fit in one or the other in some way, or you want to get the bit larger one done first, so exactly, especially with cash spending and stuff like that, what you're going to have. Hey, we obviously know that Sam Darnold's our guy. What do you think the situation is with Drew Lock and Milroe? I've heard scenarios where the Hawks kind of shop out Milroe for trade bait or whatnot, or maybe get some draft picks out of him. How do you think this the QB position pans out when it comes to the backups? Yeah, well, I'd be curious to know what the market for Jalen Milroe would be. I mean, he was a third-round pick, and all anybody would have to go on is his preseason play last year, which could kind of be maybe it could be read one way or the other, depending on how you kind of look at that. So my hunch would be they're not really looking to do anything there. I think they would be okay with keeping those guys. You got Drew Lock for one more year. Obviously, then you got Milroe under a rookie contract, and that's a pretty good backup quarterback situation, especially for this year when you still have Darnold under contract with what he has. So, you kind of go with that, let Milroe develop for another year and see what you really have there. I always thought Milroe was more of a long-term development thing for them. So I guess I'd be somewhat surprised if they were going to give up on that after just 1 year and decide that now we're going to look to deal him. I think that was always a little bit of a succession plan there where they signed Drew Lock to a 2-year deal with the idea that, he'd be the backup during that time. And then you hopefully have developed Milroe and he can be the guy after that. The one thing that could change the equation long-term is simply that, Sam Darnold obviously is your quarterback. And so there's not going to be a competition for a long time there. And so if at some point you did decide that's a valuable tip where you could get something out of it, you go that route. But, you're going to need a backup quarterback. You're always going to need a backup quarterback. And so I feel like they kind of, that's sort of their thought is that Milroe was going to be that guy for beyond the years after maybe Drew Lock moves on.
I think that some of my biggest questions, Bob, about free agency were where does Ken Walker go? What happens with Kobe Bryant? And a lot of those have now had answers, including where does Rick Woolen go? What happens there? Do they keep Rashid? Those were kind of the big names we were watching. Are there any smaller names or smaller moves that you kind of got your eye out for? Maybe a guy who wasn't tendered or maybe a contract restructure, something that you're kind of wondering whether or not they do?
They're starting to take care of him. In the last, half hour, they've re-signed Josh Jones and Chris Stoll. You knew they were going to re-sign Chris Stoll. They had to do that because you got to have a snapper. So that one was a no-brainer, and it made sense to do it, the way they did it. You weren't going to tender him because of just the way that market works. You weren't going to. That didn't make any sense, but you were going to try to re-sign him for sure. So, Jake Bobo is maybe just from a name standpoint. The one guy all the restricted free agents who don't sign will become, essentially unrestricted free agents at 1 p.m. and then, much more able to sign with anybody. So that'd be one, kind of guy that way. Obviously, a guy that a lot of fans know. But other than that, I think they want to bring back most of these guys. Derek Young, I would assume maybe he comes back soon, unless he just gets decides he wants to go somewhere he's got a better chance to play or something. From a restructure standpoint, I sort of felt like if they had a big move there, they would have done it already, so that you had it for now. But maybe that's something they do later when they do get to the point of with JSN and Witherspoon, and if it makes it easier, once they really know what their complete landscape there is financially, what they're looking at, if then they need to do something to try to do it that way. But it felt like it would make, generally those things make a little more sense to do right when you're heading into the heart of free agency if you really want a lot of money to spend on something. So I don't know that there's a significant move coming there yet.
Bob, what does your gut tell you about that 32nd pick? Do you think they're going to use it, or you think they'll use that to trade back and get a couple more?
I think it'll be one of those where they don't know that situation until they get to pick 31 is made. And they know exactly what they might be able to get, and then maybe they decide if it's worth moving down. Obviously, with just 4 picks, this might be a good year to try to get 6 or 7 and go that route. Conversely, you could look at their roster and kind of be like, well, how many of these guys have a legitimate chance? If we draft 7 or 8 guys, are we just drafting a lot of guys who aren't going to make the roster because this is a really good young roster with pretty set guys everywhere, like your offensive line. That's re-signing Jones today, so that means every single offensive lineman who they had last year is coming back this year. I don't know that I've ever seen that with them. So just watching NFL Network, it said offensive line is their need, but I don't know. Obviously you can always look for upgrades, but if you're just looking for depth, it might be this might be a tough roster to make. So they, maybe they'd be tempted to just kind of try to take, good players at those spots instead of necessarily moving down and acquiring more picks. But, the odds would be they probably try to acquire more picks and at least get to 6 or 7 or something like that. And, which you can do by not moving down a whole lot.
What are the questions that you think critics might still have about this team when it comes to whether or not they could get back to a Super Bowl, outside of, Bob, the fact that it's just incredibly difficult to do so? And what's maybe a question that you have that's probably a little more well-informed?
Well, I think the obvious is just going to be Walker, and we can't really know for sure what people are going to say about that until we see exactly how they replace him. But with just any time you lose a Super Bowl MVP and a guy who the last game everybody saw of any season, was Ken Walker running crazy through the Patriots, and now he's not there. That'll be a question of how do you replace him, and even if you find guys to replace him, can they do the job just as well? I mean, the biggest question I would have is just, they had such a unique atmosphere and kind of feeling around them this year. It's easy sometimes to be cynical when everybody says about how great they get along and how much they love each other and all that when a team is doing really well, because, a lot of times that's, is it the fact that they're doing well that means everybody likes each other and is getting along, or is it the opposite? But, as we kind of saw with the Legion of Boom teams, there was some differing personalities on there that eventually some things came to a head a little bit that, maybe took its toll, and this team doesn't seem to have that. This team seems to have a lot more, maybe just even headedness about them, and maybe an ability to not let egos and big contracts and stuff like that potentially get in the way. But it'll be interesting to see if that happens, because this is going to be the time when you are going to start to see guys getting big contracts, and that they did have to let some guys go to basically help pay for some other guys, which is always what happens in these situations, and how the teams handle that. And so, that'll be a tricky thing to navigate, but at least in John Schneider, they've got a guy who's done this before, and, I think is probably, that the experiences of 11 and 12 years ago will help tailor his, kind of how he views all this going forward.
He is Seattle Times Seahawks reporter Bob Condotta, kind enough to join us on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. Thanks, Bob. Have a good one.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay, yeah, thanks a lot, you guys.
See ya. Let's get to 4 Down territory.
This is 4 Down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
Bump, let's talk ego. First down, why are quarterback contracts such a stroke of the ego?
Man, they deserve the money that they are getting. I'm doing air
You're
quotes.
using air quotes.
Air quotes.
They are getting.
And the reason is because every contract is going to be restructured. Like every big contract is going to be restructured. Just within the last couple of days, maybe a few hours, Mahomes restructured his contract. Second time he's done that. Lamar Jackson just restructured his. Josh Allen restructured his. Jared Goff restructured his. So really at the time when a quarterback is being signed, it's just, hey, on paper, make me the highest paid quarterback, knowing that if you want to win, if you want to add pieces, you're going to have to restructure it. Now, they're going to see their money, but it's all back end. They're going to see it on the back end. It just made me laugh. Let's just say a measuring competition is who has the biggest contract. These guys deserve it. The names that I just put out there are ballers for sure. But just know that if your quarterback were to ever sign a big deal, don't trip, because the numbers people are going to come in, they're going to create some cap space and be able to get some talent, because you can have a quarterback, but you still need talent around him.
Second down. Who would you bring in to compete with safety Ty Okada?
All right, so I had a couple names last time. Those names are gone, so I got a couple new names now.
That's how free agency is just going to work every single day.
Well, one is still here, but I have another, a different name. Okay. The different name is Taylor Rapp. UW, right? Went to the Rams. He only played in 6 games last year because of injury. He's only valued at $1.2 million. This is a guy who's played in this league for a while, understands what's going on. Get her done. Or, again, Geno Stone. Remember a few years ago, he had 7 interceptions. I believe he was a practice squad guy, elevated. He played in over 1,000 snaps last year, 2 interceptions. He understands this defense. You got to bring in someone to compete. If Ty Okada wins that job, good for him. You deserve it. Ty Okada's he's not afraid of competition. Walked on at Montana State, was undrafted here in the NFL, started X amount of games for the Seahawks, over 700 snaps. He is used to competition, but I think you need to bring in a veteran. So I'm looking at Taylor Rapp, who's still out there, 6 games. Let's see what his health is like. And also you got Geno Stone, the guy, I want to say he had 2 picks against the Hawks when we played against him a few years back. But, 2 veterans, come and compete. Let's see what happens.
That was such an awful game against Baltimore. Third down. What hurts you about the wide receiver position?
One, I've said it before, we are super dependent on other positions. And something told me just to look at the wideouts, top wideouts in the game, and just kind of figure out what they did for their team. We know Jackson Smith and Jigba, Offensive Player of the Year. and we know Puka Nacua. After that, you have George Pickens, no playoffs. Jamar Chase, no playoffs. Amon-Ra, no playoffs. Trey Brown, tight end, no playoffs. Zay Flowers went to the playoffs. Chris Olave, no playoffs. Nico Collins, playoffs. Jameson Williams, no playoffs. CeeDee Lamb, no playoffs. Justin Jefferson, no playoffs. Cortland Sutton, playoffs. Wendell Robinson, no playoffs. Tetaroa, no playoffs. 5 of the top 15 receivers went to the playoffs. The other 10 did not touch the playoffs.
Tetaroa went, right?
Tetaroa. Oh, he did. So thank you. 6. Thank you.
A little bit better. I'm helping you guys.
6. Bear down.
Yeah.
6 of the top 15 receivers did not make it to the playoffs. And for all the receiver diva haters out there, this is going to help you. But me personally, I understand exactly that. There are a lot of things that need to happen for a receiver to get the football, and you need a top receiver. So I don't even know why I'm talking about this, because all the haters are just going to buy into
Use it as fuel. You're giving them
top
food.
Receiver. Yes, you do. Every team needs a top receiver, but it just shows, one, there are more receivers in the NFL than most positions, because you're going to play at sometimes 4 at a time. Defensive line probably has a big rotation because they rotate guys through. But yeah, it's hard out here. Receivers affect the game, but not as much as a run game, a defense, and a quarterback.
I think to this day, when it comes to the wide receiver debate, even though people will jokingly give you a hard time being a former receiver, being like, oh, Bump, you're biased, I think that one of the best points you've made about it is like, it wasn't me. I'm not saying you need to go pay these guys. These contracts are set in part because of market demand. The GMs are giving them these contracts.
Yeah.
So you can disagree with the GM if you want. I'm not one to do. I'm not going to get in line to disagree with John Schneider. Like, there might be certain critiques that I've had over the years, but I don't think I know more about football than he does. I don't think I know about football than a single GM in this league. I know that I don't.
No,
if
but
they think that wide receivers are that valuable, it must mean something.
It means something. It means that offensive coordinators get it. It means that quarterbacks get it. You got to have someone you can just close your eyes and toss the ball up to.
Yep.
Comfort zone.
Okay, 4th down. We were just joined by Seattle Times Seahawks reporter Bob Condotta. Anything stand out from that conversation with Bob?
Yeah, I mean, I asked him a question about the 32nd pick, and it made complete sense. Right? They don't know what they're going to do with that pick until you get around 29, 30. Is there a guy that they like still there? I mean, the reason why they traded up to 35 was because they saw Nick Mawara and said, all right, we can do something with that guy. So as you watch the draft, the first round especially, start doing your process of elimination. What do you think they need, and who is still out there? That's the fun part about the draft. What's not fun is when you get to that pick and you hear that they traded it. And you're like, oh, man, we got to wait another hour or something until we figure out what they have. But, no, that's a good point. That 32nd pick is so weird. You don't know who's going to be there. Also, I would be okay if they brought back Derek Young and Jake Bobo. I'd be just fine with that. I think they're great special teams players. Bobo had a big catch in the was it Thursday night or was it conference championship game? Conference championship game, yeah. Big touchdown there. Derek Young contributed in the kickoff return game, the kickoff game. Those are 2 solid pieces that every team needs. So don't be surprised if they bring those guys back. All
right, still to come. Shannon Drayer is going to join us coming up at noon. She's still in Peoria, right, Curtis? Yes, so Shannon joining us from Peoria. I have like 1 or 2 WBC questions, but we got a lot to talk about when it comes to just the Mariners. Taking a look around the NFL, some news with the Colts and Daniel Jones, plus a potential A.J. Brown trade. Which team could be interested? Coming up at 12:30. Get your questions in for what I need to know. We are out of here an hour early, so I need those now. 866-979-3776. That's coming up at 12:45. You're listening to Bump and Stacy on Seattle Sports. Coming up next, Cal Raleigh spoke to the media for the first time since the controversy between him and Randy Arozarena caught fire. Plus, get ready for another example of Seahawks disrespect.
Brock and Salk.
I got a text from a friend that said, I'm having a discussion with a buddy.
Morning 6 to 10.
He says the Mariners are better than last year. I told him I'd get your expert opinion. Well, I appreciate being labeled an expert in this case.
Did you answer?
I did answer.
On paper, you would see that this is a more mature team and a complete team.
Brock and Salk. Morning 6 to 10 on the home of your American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health. It's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
We've got a surefire way for you to feel lucky this St. Paddy's Day. Get a saltwater hot spring spa from Olympic Hot Tub. Take advantage of big savings and get 5 years to pay for it interest-free. But hurry, this deal ends St. Patrick's Day. OlympicHotTub.com.
Sometimes we hang on to our old attorneys and coaches too long. They've been around, they've done good work. But when the legal game changes, you need a team that is hungry to win now. At Bible Law Group, we're that faster, hard-hitting legal team, ready to fight for every inch in the courtroom. With over 40 million closed for our clients, we know how to win, and we're ready to take on the biggest legal case of your career with you. Don't stick with a playbook that's gone stale. Switch to the legal team that's ready to win now. Let Bible Law Group be your linebacker in the courtroom. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and they got some great entertainment coming through, like Hinder on April 4th, Pop 2000 Tour in August, and then, yes, Queensryche in October. All the info at snocasino.com. And while you're there, you got to check out the Falls Buffet, serving up all your favorites, prime rib every day, fresh pasta, delicious stir-fry, pizzas, salad bar, dessert bar, the pies made every day. It is Seattle's closest, Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
P&D Tree Service, your local experts in tree removal. 24-hour emergency service. Fast, efficient, and safe removal of trees from your yard or neighborhood. Ever seen a tree removed by a crane? Enjoy a safe and clean yard. PNDTreeservice.com.
Get broadcast times for every 3 Tree Roofing Mariners Cactus League broadcast.
Holy smokes, he does it again!
At seattlesports.com.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Hear that? That's the sound of a car rolling into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. The sound of another savvy driver getting an oil change from trained pros. The sound of not having to leave your car while we quickly change your oil. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, there's no hassle with appointments or dealer wait times. That's one smart bell.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is The Timeline.
With Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Cal Raleigh spoke to the media for the first time since the controversy between him and Randy Arozarena caught fire. So let's take a listen to some of what he had to say.
Like I said, emotions are running high. There's no beef here. Like I said, there's no story to me. There's no... like I said, I'm not taking this as a big deal, and I don't think he is either, so.
Asked what he told Randy.
What? I reached out to Randy, and, I told him, essentially, sorry if if you felt disrespected or whatever it may be, but, it's just, we're just playing the game, and, I think he would want the same if I was his teammate. We were playing, somebody in a playoff game, and he'd want that same kind of energy from me. So I think that's kind of how I see it. And I reached out and, put it to bed. I think I love Randy. Like I said, I got no beef at all. So
He doesn't think this will be an issue moving forward.
I hate that this is a thing. I really don't think this is a big deal, a big story. It shouldn't be a thing. I love Randy. I have all the respect for him and Team Mexico. I already reached out to him personally to talk with him. And obviously, when we're back in Seattle, we're family, we're brothers, and I'll do anything for him. I'll do anything for our team to win. And to me, it shouldn't be that big a deal.
Bump.
He said he wanted, Randy would expect him to do the same, like in a different situation. Obviously, Randy didn't expect that. He expected you to shake his hand and say, what's up? And he felt some type of way about it because he went to the media and let loose and let his feelings be known. Good on Cal for calling him. You're supposed to call him and make sure that you guys are good. You guys are teammates, man. And maybe Cal explained it to him, like, look, this is competition, and this is the way I roll when it's competition, and no matter who I'm playing against. So it is what it is, man. I think it was an issue. They talked about it, and hopefully they'll be good. I don't think they're going to show up opening day and not talk to each other and not show, well, they still got to go back to Peoria. You know what I mean? Like, they still got to work with each other. I think they're going to be fine, but to act like this was nothing, if anyone out there, well, even Paul Moore said yesterday, he thought it was nothing. I was going to say, if anyone out there really thinks that this was nothing, I would say, well, maybe you hadn't played a team sport, but Paul Moore clearly thinks this was something. And I thought about the most intense football player I've ever seen in my life, Ray Lewis, the most intense football player I've ever seen. I've seen him go up to people and show them love. There's a switch that you turn on and you turn off. And Cal apparently doesn't have that switch. Once it's on, and he doesn't care who you are or, it doesn't want to make it too friendly because it's competition. I
saw Mike Cameron responding to people on Twitter, and he said Cal's very, very dry, has a very dry sense of humor. So maybe this was, now I'm taking what Mike Cameron said and rolling with it. He didn't add this, but maybe this was in part Cal being like, to Randy, don't come shake my hand. I'm in business mode. Like, I'm being serious. Don't do it. And then, like, when Randy came up to shake his hand, Cal was like, good to see ya. Like, maybe smiling and just being like half, not sarcastic, but like with a tone that is friendlier than you would for someone you didn't like, but also letting him know, like, I told you I wasn't going to shake your hand.
Maybe.
And then Randy got offended.
Maybe. But Randy's reaction was, like, intense.
Randy, yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, man, Cal just being Cal, man. He's tripping. It was more like he talked about his mom, his dad, education in 3 different dialects. Like, hey, you could go do what with yourself? So, yeah, that could be it. But like I said yesterday, read the room, know your teammates.
Yes.
There's some, you can feel you can do that. Some you feel you can't do that with. And obviously, we're going to blow it up. We're the media.
I don't think we're blowing it up, though. How are we blowing it up when I don't think I'm blowing it up when Randy on camera
Randy
said
looked into the camera.
Randy said
that was Randy.
I would not be talking about it if Randy just laughed about it and moved on. The reason that it's worth talking about is it's interesting. It's the middle of spring training at the WBC, and you have two teammates with a clear misunderstanding. And two likable guys. I find Cal to be very likable. I don't think he's a bad dude. I think this was just like misreading the situation. Cal thinks about it one way, Randy thinks about it another. Does that matter? Yeah. Like it or not, like you as a listener might think like this isn't a big deal. The fact that Randy was upset makes it news. Makes it a big deal.
Here's a fact.
And now Cal and the Mariners have to figure it out, and I know that they will. I'm confident that they will.
Here's a fact. No one knows. No one really knows but those two. We can sit here and make excuses for Cal. We can sit here, make excuses for Randy. No one really knows what was said between those two in that moment. And I don't think Cal is going to expose too much about that.
No.
Randy is, though. Randy, like I said yesterday, the culturally it's different. Latin people are the most passionate people I've ever met in my life. Mm-hmm. And Randy just showed the passion right there. And Cal is dry. I mean, the most loose I've ever seen Cal was at a baseball game when he chugged a beer. Like he's going on his tour of being the greatest catcher, having the greatest season the catcher's ever had. So there's a lot that could be lost, man. I've said jokes to people of different cultures that just didn't hit. You know what I mean? Because they don't understand. They don't understand where I'm coming from when it comes to that. This could be a whole bunch of stuff, man. But what I do think is that when it's time to play ball, they will play ball and be just fine.
Yeah, I think they're two professionals. But I don't know. I guess part of what I'm pushing back against is the idea that it doesn't matter at all, which I find hard to believe. Like, I wouldn't have done nothing. If I were Cal, I would have dapped him up. If I were Randy, I never would have said the things Randy said, right? Like, both people acted in ways that I wouldn't act. What I think and what I would do doesn't matter at all, but what they do does. They're the players that have to play together, and it's a real thing. So it sounds like Cal thinks they ironed it out. Okay, they ironed it out.
I spoke to someone close to the Mariners, and they said that Cal did nothing wrong, and they would do the same thing. And my response was, nah, I think he messed that one up. That's your teammate. This is, air quotes again, an exhibition. You know what I mean? Like, show you guys some love. So clearly, I mean, if you just look at the text lines, we're getting it from all angles. People who are with Cal, who are with Randy. This was nothing. This was everything. You know, it's okay for Randy to feel what he felt because he's a human being and he took that gesture the way that he did. It's okay for Cal to be like, hey, misunderstanding. I love Randy.
1,000% on the real, though. In addition to, I think Cal should adapt him up, and I think that, I wouldn't have done what Cal did. I think Randy needs to apologize for what he said about Cal. I think that was an overreaction to the situation. That was an overreaction to the situation.
Not if that's the way he felt. If he felt disrespected.
To talk about your teammate that way. To talk about your teammate to reporters.
If a teammate makes me feel that way, that disrespected, that's where I say the cultural thing is different there. Because
but to reporters.
If my teammate disrespects me to a point, all right, that I wouldn't say those words, but they would know that I'm not rocking with him right now.
That's fine.
But that's the Latino culture, man. I'm telling you, man, like they just pop off.
But that's fine, but I don't think it's cool. If I said something to you that was really disrespectful, I don't think you'd go off on air.
No,
I think you'd make it clear, and then off air we'd have a conversation, and I'd have no problem with that. You'd be well within your right to do that.
That's on me. But you know what, too? Like the situation as well. Like he was talking to probably Latin reporters and felt comfortable. Like it's not like he's speaking to Seattle sports. So I think that changes things as well. Like we saw Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald to Seattle sports is reserved, a bit more calm. You put that man in a national, man, that personality is popping. You know what I mean? So I'm not making excuses, but these are natural human reactions. If I were Randy, would I apologize? I would apologize. If Cal came to me and apologize, I would apologize as well. I don't think Randy's comfortable coming on English stations and speaking English and apologizing either. So it's a whole bunch of stuff, man.
Speaking of the WBC, one more story here in the timeline. You know how earlier I played that sound for us of Mark DeRosa, who was on MLB Network, incorrectly stating that Team USA had clinched a spot? Did you know that MLB Network has pulled that from their website and YouTube?
I bet they did. I bet they did.
Where would you rank that on a scale of softness from a 1 to a 10?
Nah, it's like a 7.
Like a 10 is most soft.
10 is Charmin.
Yeah.
10 is Charmin and 1 is like understandable.
1 is sandpaper.
1 is sandpaper.
Yeah.
That's getting close to Charmin territory.
Yeah.
It's already online.
It ain't going nowhere.
What are you gonna do?
No.
Taking it down so that what?
It's already out there.
It
it's
exists.
just they're just not representing it, you know.
Yeah. Are you ready for another example of Seahawks disrespect? It's coming your way next.
All week long, Lyman and Bob are broadcasting live from Mariners spring training in Peoria, Arizona. Every afternoon starting at 2.
I cannot wait to get down there.
The expectations.
Based on what we saw last year, what they've done in the offseason, that's not kooky talk, Dave. No, it's not.
Your favorite Mariners.
If you want to get here and you want to do this, you have to have those expectations.
Lyman and Bob live at Mariners spring training all week long on the home of your AL West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
What's up, it's Bump here, and when I see daylight savings time on the calendar, I think of one thing. It is finally golf season, and if you're like me, more daylight means more time on the links. I know a lot of you guys listening are counting down the work week until your tee time this weekend. I am too. I have a course for you to try. It's Loomis Trails. It's in Blaine. It's a hidden gem, ranked top 15 in the state by Golf Digest. It's challenging, it's fun, and it's worth the trip. While you're there, make it a weekend and stay at Silver Reef Casino Resort. Is awesome. They got deluxe rooms. You can grab a bite in one of their many restaurants. I prefer the steakhouse and the cantina. They got wall-to-wall sports. We can watch every single basketball game in March and have a lot of fun doing it. Hey, you can even get your special someone a spa package. I've done it before. I've done everything up there. Silver Reef Casino Resort. Head north on I-5 exit 260. I love it there. You're missing out if you've never been. If you haven't been, get there this weekend. If you have been, get back there this weekend. Book your stay at silverreefcasino.com. One more time, that's silverreefcasino.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Join the Seattle Sports Commission for a star-studded fundraising event featuring the athletes and icons of Washington sports. Experience red carpet interviews, sports exhibits, a silent auction, and live awards show created for the sports community by the sports community, all while supporting the nonprofit power of Seattle sports. Don't miss your chance to be among the stars on March 13th at the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year presented by Microsoft. Get your tickets now at seattlesports.org.
Don't miss the John Schneider Show, presented by Silver City Brewery.
I truly believe defense wins championships.
Thursdays at 4, only on Seattle Sports.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-266-3845. Again, that's 800-266-3845. 800-266-3845.
Dino was suffering from a rotator cuff tear in his right shoulder.
Part of the pain is like taking off my shirt. I couldn't even really button my pants. I could actually qualify for a shoulder replacement if I wanted to go that route.
He chose to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I heard the commercials for Dr. Wagner. I did my research. I thought about surgery, but the recovery time was so long. I didn't want to have to be in a sling. I want to be able to retire in a few months, get back to bike riding and playing golf without any pain in my shoulder.
Dino knew from experience that stem cell therapy works. Dr. Wagner had already helped him recover from osteoarthritis in his thumb, but he's not done yet.
And now 2 years later, I'm having an issue with my left shoulder, so I've got it scheduled, and I'm going to go back to see Dr. Wagner again because it was so successful.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
I hope you're ready for another example of Seahawks disrespect. Because what happened is an analyst I actually really like, Dominic Foxworth, had this to say about free agency. This is if Kyler signs with the Vikings. Don't worry, I promise it does get back to the Seahawks here.
I'm not sure that Kyler has to change the way that he plays as much as O'Connell has to change the way that he coaches. When Kyler is playing well, he's as good as just about anybody in football. So if they can find a way to sustain that success that he's had MVP level runs
2 years ago
for over 6, 7, 8 games. So I guess in my mind, if you can create that, we're looking at the best team right up there with the Rams in the NFC. Like this could change.
You think Minnesota, if Kyler's playing at a high level, is just as good as the Rams?
Absolutely. I know the defense is going to be good. You get Justin Jefferson at the highest level possible. If Kyler Murray can play his best football, #1 overall drafted quarterback for an extended period of time, they are as good as the Rams.
Now, hang on a minute here. There's an NFC team being completely ignored from this conversation. Again, Dominic Foxworth is great. I think he's a wonderful analyst. I think he knows, obviously, his stuff. That goes without saying. He is probably not alone in this opinion that the Rams are the best team in the NFC. I have heard this opinion all over the place. But suddenly the Vikings are going to leapfrog Seattle if they sign Kyler Murray? I'm sorry. Did Seattle – I know losing Ken Walker's big. We're all wondering what's going to happen there. But did Seattle suddenly fall off a cliff and – lose the entirety of their defensive line too?
No, but you lost. I'm speaking from his perspective, right? He's thinking, all right, Boye's out. Kobe's gone. Reek is gone. K9's gone. Is D-Law going to come back? And people are doubting the Seahawks. That's not anything new, right? You doubt the Seahawks. This is what they do. He's looking at the Minnesota Vikings and seeing the #3 defense overall. He's looking at them and seeing the top 6 when it comes to scoring. He's looking at that defense and saying, against the run, they're okay. Against the pass, they're better. They're going to blitz the heck out of you. That defense is good. Don't get me wrong. That defense is elite over there. And then he's inserting Kyler Murray with a team that has arguably the best receiver in the game, at least top 3, right? And Justin Jefferson. You got Jordan Addison. You got T.J. Hawkinson. We'll see what happens at running back. So could they be one of the best teams in the NFC? Yeah, I think so. I think they can. It depends on how Kevin O'Connell calls his offense. If Kyler Murray's comfortable being under center, if he can play action, he's a shotgun type of guy. Comes from Oklahoma, where all they did was stay in shotgun, and with Arizona they were in shotgun too. He would have to adapt a bit, or Kevin O'Connell would have to adapt. I think that the fact that he just doesn't mention the Seahawks is what rubs me the wrong way. Can Minnesota be one of the best teams in the NFC? I agree with that. But he should have said up there with the Rams and the Seahawks, or the Seahawks and the Rams, the team who just won the Super Bowl. That's just regular Seattle disrespect. I don't think he's completely wrong, though. I think that if the Minnesota Vikings get Kyler Murray, they should be good.
I agree. I don't think he's wrong. I mean, you and I talked about, oh my God, if you're Kyler Murray, why would you not immediately go to the Vikings? If Kyler Murray signs with the Vikings, absolutely he has a chance to get to the playoffs before the Arizona Cardinals do. And not only that, but the biggest issue with the Vikings this year was their quarterback play. Without a doubt, undeniably, this was a team that should have otherwise been better. However, why is Seattle so frequently ignored here? I don't know that Seattle winning a Super Bowl did much to convince a lot of people of anything.
No, because I heard someone use this on ESPN today, and I thought it was a good line. He said, annual contenders, right? Teams who you think are going to be in the mix every single year. Chiefs, even coming off this past year, you still think you're going to be in the mix, right? Mm-hmm. The Chiefs, it's the Ravens, it's
Bills.
The Bills. You throw the Eagles in there.
Yeah.
And
49ers and Rams.
And 49ers and Rams have been in that mix. So because they've been annual contenders, they automatically get the nod.
Sure.
I'm sure that Dominique is looking to see what the Niners are going to do in preseason, might put them in front of the Seahawks. Since the Hawks have not been annual contenders, because for the last, they missed the playoffs, 2 years in a row now, I believe, before this, they just don't have that same respect. But if you look at the roster should give you, or should force you to respect them to some extent. I understand where he's coming from. I just don't agree with it. I understand he looks at the Rams, Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua, that defensive line. They just got 2 DBs. We're not reading about the Rams losing a lot of players at this point right now. And what do a lot of these guys do? They look at the headlines. Hawks lose this guy. Hawks lose this guy, and that guy, and that guy. So naturally, they start falling in the ranks of the teams, the best teams in the conference. But what they're not doing is looking at what is still here. What they're not doing is looking at, the flurry offense. They're not taking that into account. They're just looking at the subtractions. And the Rams have had less subtractions. They've added a couple DBs. So he's going to look at them, and McVay's been here. It don't bother me. It doesn't. I expect this from national media, and I just can't wait to line them up.
I wouldn't say it bothers. Well, no, it does a little bit, which is interesting because I don't consider myself I'm not like a diehard fan, right? Like I was a reporter, but it's more of I don't like not having an answer, and I don't like not getting that answer. I don't get why the Seahawks haven't proven a bit more with this past season, right? To me, it was a weird year for the AFC. It wasn't for the NFC. That you still had to, the Eagles were still competitive. The Rams were still in the fight. The NFC West was still really good. The NFC South was still horrible. Like most of what you thought would happen ended up happening, roughly. You still had to have the best DVOA in football. You had to have the best defense in football. You still had to have one of the most explosive and highest scoring offenses in football. You still had to have a run game that took off in the last 6 or so weeks of the season. You still had to play really sound football. You didn't fall backwards into a Super Bowl and win it by some flukish, chance. That's why I don't get the if let's say the Jags would have done it, I could get why people would have been like, I just need to see a little more. This is kind of weird. Or let's say the Patriots would have. I could even get then why people would have said, I
why
need
people
to see
say
more.
that about the Hawks. They've done it
Why?
1 year.
They won 10
They
games
have
the year
the guys
before.
to run it, but they didn't make. I know 10 wins didn't make the playoffs, but still, you got to get into their mind. You got to get out of your mind and get into their mind. In their mind, they've done it 1 year. In their mind, they've lost 4 ballers on that
But
on
they
that
did
squad.
it convincingly.
Okay, but it's 1 year. Why right now are we saying the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be good?
Right,
because they've done it. Why right now are we saying the Baltimore Ravens are going to be good? Because they've
Because of
done
Lamar.
it. Listen, Super Bowl champions put some respect on the name, but in reality, run it back and you'll start getting more respect.
That's fair. Talking with Mariners insider Shannon Drayer next.
Wyman and Bob, live from Mariners spring training.
Excited to speak with Kate Anderson with us, knowing there are a lot of eyes on you. There are a lot of people that are excited about your potential. And is that something you're even really aware of, or are you just tunnel vision on what you're working on?
Just really trying to take it all in. Like, the cameras are cameras. It's kind of part of it if you want to play professional baseball anyway. So really just try to take it all in, try to get as much information I can out of the vets, and just having a blast so far.
Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube and watch the full interview.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel welcomes Seattle Golf Show March 13th through 15th at Puyallups Washington State Fair Event Center. Parking's free. Get front door bonus golf, see 100 exhibits, top courses, and shop big brands with Putts Golf. Tickets, seattlegolfshow.com.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more, he's got to have more.
More bedtime true crime.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More fast internet speed.
He's got the gigs to go big, bring him the games.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop, his quantum fiber's on top. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service and speed in select locations only.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
At Bible Law Group, we understand what it means to be local legal representation. From shopping at the Bon Marché, picking up gear at Chubby and Tubby, crying for Joey Cora, now for Cal, grabbing a burger while JP Patches clowns by. We live here and fight for you. That's why Bible Law gives local representation to those facing legal problems too big for prayers, even if you can't pronounce Squim or Puyallup. Our legal team has secured more than $40 million in settlements for our clients. We're ready to fight for you. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Quick update from free agency. The Seahawks are re-signing offensive lineman Josh Jones to a one-year deal. That from Tom Pelissero. The 28-year-old had 3 starts in place of an injured Charles Cross this season, including one for that Thursday Night Football win over the Rams.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Coming up in 30 minutes, taking a look around the NFL. Some weird stuff happening with the Ravens, Maxx Crosby, Trey Hendrickson, that whole thing. Also updates with Daniel Jones and the Colts. Before we get to any of that, though, we're going to be joined shortly here by Mariners insider Shannon Drayer. And speaking of Shannon, she has an update on Bryce Miller. You're probably not going to love it. She writes, Bryce Miller shut down his bullpen before it got started at full intent. The oblique did not feel right. Now, Justin Hollander said, quote, that's rehab. Shannon adds that Miller had been told to stop if he felt anything, and did. And Bump, look, if there ever is a time to be overly cautious, it's right now when these wins don't matter.
Yeah, shut that thing down, dog.
Yeah.
Go and get yourself an ice water.
A sandwich.
A sandwich. Put on your street clothes.
Go to the mall. I love going to the mall.
Especially in Arizona where it's AC in the mall.
And you support brick and mortar.
There you go.
I try to tell myself that whenever I need to go shopping. I'm like, it's just, I'm supporting brick and mortar is what I'm doing. Hollander said that Miller does not need to be shut down from throwing, which I would assume is pretty good news. Oh, my God, news. I was looking at a separate thing about roster moves. So Shannon's going to be joining us shortly. I'm going to start by asking her that just so we get kind of the full picture of what's happening there with Bryce. I do want to ask her a little bit about that conversation that reporters had with Cal after the stuff with Randy. Just, it sounds like it's ironed out and it's fine. People getting really fired up about us.
Everything's fine.
People are getting fired up about us talking
about it. They are getting fired up about it.
I think it's interesting.
It is interesting.
I'm sorry. I'm texting my friends about it. Like this is this. I like when you call stuff like bar top conversation. That's what this is. I would talk about this for free with friends.
Could you imagine if we were on air when Kobe and Shaq were going back and forth?
That's what I'm saying.
We'd be all over it.
Half of sports radio is just talking about whether or not you agree with something someone did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Half of what it is.
It is. Sports
radio, like it or not, it's not just purely analysis. You're also going, I don't know, I thought that was out of pocket. This is why he's wrong. So, look, we'll ask Shannon about it. But first, Shannon, I wanted to check in and get the latest on Bryce Miller. You tweeted that he shut down his bullpen before it got started. What's the latest?
Yeah, this actually all has just happened in the last, I'd say, 45 minutes. We really needed to hold off on reporting until we were able to talk to somebody and find out what it was that we saw. What we saw was Bryce Miller was scheduled to throw his first full intent bullpen. It would be just like a normal midweek bullpen. Since suffering the inflammation in his oblique, he was scheduled to throw that today. He went through all the normal progression that you do to do that, threw on the flat ground, moved it over into the bullpen area, started throwing from a distance, and then when he started getting down the mound, not his actual bullpen throws, but the ones that lead right up to it, as you're building the intensity, he stopped. And he stayed out in the bullpen for about 20 minutes, talked to trainers, talked to The pitching coaches, we thought he was going to resume because the catcher stayed down for a while, and then he didn't. He walked inside, declined to talk with the media. We did have a chance to talk with Justin Hollander in the last 10 minutes, and he said, basically this is rehab. This was the next step for him, and he did indeed feel a little bit of tightness in that oblique area when he started to up the intensity moving down the mound. So what they're going to do right now is they are glad he stopped it. The object is not to push through it, but it is to get through it without feeling anything. So Hollander said he is not shut down from throwing. He said that this is a normal thing. You don't know until you actually get up on the mound and try. He tried. He felt something. So now they take a little bit of a step back, and that step back is he'll probably play catch tomorrow. And if that's okay, in the next 3 days, they'll take it back one step, which was the touch and feel bullpen, which he did on Sunday, and everything felt great in that. And he was throwing at about 80% in that one. They'll do that again. If all goes well with that, then 3 days after that, they would try another full intent bullpen. So best case scenario, he is throwing a bullpen a week from now.
Yeah, we saw the news, and honestly, Shannon, I was like, man, shut it down. I'm with you 100%. No reason to kind of push this thing right now when we want you ready for that rotation. Did you get eyes on him? Did he make any faces? Did he wince a bit, or it was just a little tweak?
No, you barely knew. The way that you most knew is that he stopped, and that was pretty much it. And that's exactly what the trainers had impressed on him is, that's where we are right now. That's your job today. Your job isn't to go out there and throw 25 pitches and mix them all up and get full intent. Your job is first to make sure you can get to that point. He felt something, and he stopped. And I think, in the long run, this is a good sign for Bryce Miller because last year he tried to pitch through a lot of things, and it didn't go well for him. So the mere fact that he reported feeling something a little bit with the oblique, even though he said it was normal, he had felt that before at times. And if it had been the regular season, he probably would have continued pitching, but this is spring training. So it's good that he's getting a little bit more in touch with that he is working with the trainers that way, and obviously understands the importance of being 100% at the start of the season. But I think it's pretty obvious. I asked Dan Wilson this morning, and Daniel Kramer asked Justin Hollander this afternoon. The Mariners aren't willing to come out and say that he's not going to be ready for the start of the season, but his start would fall on the 31st, and I think it's pretty obvious that he will not be ready for the start of the season.
What are some of the depth options Seattle has? We haven't talked about it a ton because we've been so excited about the rotation being healthy, but obviously no Logan Evans for you this year. So what options do they have?
You've got some options. I think your probably number one option is Emerson Hancock, who is looked good in camp, has showed up with a little bit of a tweak to a pitch that he had, and that's I think really impacted what he's been able to do. Velocity has been good. That's something that is important with him. The complement that he has to the changeup now, it's intriguing, and we've said this about him before. We'll see, but you do know that he is very comfortable in that situation, that he has done this before. The rotation, the steady five of the rotation, very much consider Emerson to be a part of that rotation. So that would be one option. The other option would be Cooper Criswell, who has pitched well, who was brought over basically to be he can relieve or he can start. So he can fill that swing role. He does not have an option, so he needs to make the team out of spring training. He's put up a lot of zeros. He does it different. He is about 6'5", and his fastball is about 89, 90 miles an hour. So it's mixing pitches and angles for him, but so far in spring training that has been effective. I've had him kind of on my roster all along when I'm putting it together. I think he makes the club. My guess is it would be Emerson Hancock who gets that fifth spot, who makes the Miller starts. And then you do have in the bullpen Criswell, who, if you need extended innings after Emerson or anybody for that matter at the beginning of the season, he can give that.
How closely is the organization watching the progress or the success of the Mariners that are in the WBC?
Not very. I think the only thing that they are really interested in is just getting them back healthy. I think they're enjoying watching the games and watching everything that's going on there. But, they trust the players when they go, and they're watching also. I mean, it's not so much Dan Wilson, Jerry DiPoto, and Justin Hollander who are tracking it all, but, trainers and position coaches are making sure that, they're not staying in games too long, that they're being used correctly, and I think checking in to make sure that they're getting the work that they need for the season before they come back. So, I don't think that they are evaluating what they are doing in the Classic or putting that towards anything that would, a few of them, I think most of them, now that I'm looking at it quickly, are already on the team, already have a role. The others who are not on the team are probably not competing at this point, in part because they've been gone. So I think that for the most part, it's go play the games, don't get hurt, keep up with your work, and we're good.
Mariners news I didn't expect to be talking about was just kind of an awkward interaction, maybe a misunderstanding between teammates Cal and Randy, who obviously have a lot of love and respect for each other at the WBC. Ended up being kind of a weird encounter. I think that there are some fans that are like, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. Who's talking about it? I'm sure that Cal's sick of being asked about it, but you guys did get a chance to actually talk to him over FaceTime, obviously, and get some updates as to whether or not the entire thing had been totally squashed. What was your impression from Cal following that? And based on what you know about both of these guys, does this matter at all?
Well, it's really difficult I can give you half of an answer on that because we know Cal so much better than we know Randy. And Randy, for starters, is not your typical player. And when you asked, when the Mariners made the trade for him and you asked players who had played with him, describe him, they'd say, we love him, but then they couldn't describe him. Nobody could describe Randy Arozarena. And, he doesn't talk with the media very much. He doesn't talk with us in passing very much. So I don't know his personality like I know Cal Raleigh. So, when we talked with Cal Raleigh, I can tell you that, when and I'm dropping a lot of you-knows right now talking about Cal Raleigh. Imagine that. But to me, it seemed like this is something to him that wasn't a big deal. I don't think there was any intent to be a slight to Randy Arozarena in his acknowledgement being vocal and not being a handshake or a fist bump or anything like that. So I think that was something that probably surprised Cal. And after we talked to him, it came out that Cal had actually talked to Randy beforehand and said, hey, I don't want there to be anything, but I'm not going to, don't shake my hand like you did or ask to do that like you did in the WBC, the previous WBC, and some others. There have already been other similar things that have happened this year with that. And so that he had the conversation with Randy and said, please, just say a word and that's good enough. And then that still happened. I think I think Cal's just kind of wondering what he could have done differently, and maybe that is give a fist bump, but it sounds like he was clear that they weren't doing that. And while nobody's come out and said that's a Team USA thing, it appears that was a Team USA thing, that once you're between the lines, you want to say hi, do it before the game, but once you're between the lines, it might not be a good look to be chatting at any of the bases for that matter. And for me, the other thing that was overwhelming about it is Cal was catching Paul Skeens for the first time in a game that he considered to be on the level of a playoff game. That's what he kind of compared it to. And he had a team in front of him that expected to win, that needed to win, that he felt strongly about winning, that he didn't know. So there's so much more on Cal Raleigh right now in this than there is in any other player on the field. And for him to not want to have to worry about that, and I think that his head was in a very different place than Randy's was, Randy is looser, a lot freer on the field. And Randy also was very supportive of Cal in the home run derby and at the All-Star game. So he probably thought it was going to be a little bit different, but Cal had told him not to do that. So for me, I don't think it should be something that lingers. I know that the team will work to make sure it doesn't. It sounds like Cal will work to make sure it doesn't, because the last thing Cal wants is anything that is going to jeopardize what the Mariners do this year. And I 110% believe that. So I am interested, and I can't give a full breakdown of it or even a full opinion or analysis on it. until we hear what Randy has to say. And that should happen today before Mexico plays, probably pretty shortly.
Hey, you saw Cade Anderson. What did you think of his performance, and what else do you want to see from him?
He's been good. He has been very composed. His stuff is played in the spring training games that he has pitched in. And I think this is a really great experience that he is getting right now. I just, think about it. The opportunity to face major leaguers before you have even made a regular season appearance for the organization in the minor leagues. It's huge. So that has been good to see. I think that there are things, as polished as he has been, I think there are important things that you have to pick up in the minor leagues that, about preparation, about how the organization does things, about learning about the scouting and what's available to you and game prepping. And he's got the potential to go through all of that stuff pretty quickly, but I think he will take some time to do that. And then I think there is also always the preference, be it a hitter or be it a pitcher, that you do want to see them have some sort of struggle and work their way through that struggle, because it's very different when you struggle at the major leagues because there's so much more on the line. It's not about this might be a setback for me getting to the majors. It's this might impact everybody on this field, everybody in that front office, everybody in the stands, everybody wearing a Mariners anything in the Pacific Northwest. It's a different kind of responsibility, and he hasn't had experience with that yet. So time in the minors and time in the organization and just getting a little bit more comfortable with that and what he's doing will be important. But he's been getting a great dose of it in spring training, and what an opportunity to get the starts that he has been getting. And I think he let the cat out of the bag on the afternoon show yesterday. It looks like he might be pitching Friday night against the Dodgers.
With so many of this team's starters and stars in the WBC right now, have you personally had a chance to maybe do some interviews you wouldn't normally, or watch some players more closely than you could normally keep an eye on?
Wow. I think I'm doing everything I normally would do. I think we are seeing some things that we wouldn't normally see, and we've talked about this. It's like, the young players are going to get an opportunity with everybody gone, but the true openings and opportunities are in the outfield, where there are fewer of them than they are in the infield. And still, Colt Emerson has had, a good number of appearances and at-bats and whatnot, so that's good. Michael Arroyo is a player that I would have liked to have seen more, but he went to the WBC, so he hasn't been there. And so the interest has been a little bit in the outfield. And you take a look at a guy like Brennan Davis, who you wouldn't have thought much about other than recall the name as a top prospect when you see it on the non-roster invitees. But he's been getting the opportunity to play, and so we've talked to him, and that is maybe something that we wouldn't have done earlier. There might have been a little bit more focus on Cal. There might have been a little bit more focus on Arroyo. Certainly would have had more conversations with Josh Naylor and Gabe Spire. So, along those lines, a little bit. But I think that it has been work-wise and catching up with people pretty normal, because the number that you still need to get and the stories that you still need to follow, like what we saw today with Bryce Miller, they're still there, and they do still take up a lot of time. Then you throw in things like the Randy Arozarena and Cal Raleigh situation, and that kind of takes some spotlight away from those other conversations as well. But we have been sitting down and talking to them. Gary Hill has been setting up interviews just about every morning on the back porch, and those interviews are usually some of the players that we might not see right out of the gates, and that's an opportunity for us to get to know them, because then when they come to Seattle at some point, we've had that conversation, and there have been a number of those.
She is Mariners insider Shannon Drayer, kind enough to join us from spring training on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. Thanks, Shannon.
Thanks, Shannon.
You got it, guys.
Before we get to headline rewrites, there are still some people that hate hearing about the Randy Cal thing. I have a take that's only half formed. Tell me if I'm wrong. Just hear me out on this one.
All right.
I think that the Cal Randy thing only really bothers you if you're genuinely concerned that if it's real, it's a problem. So you tell yourself it's not real, it's all overblown, it's not worth talking about. To me, I think it is real. There was very clearly a misunderstanding and some weird issue and kind of a reaction by Randy. But I don't think it'll be a problem. I just think it's interesting.
No,
and like,
I'm with you.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, why would it bother you so much to just hear, like, well, here's what I would do? I don't think it's going to end up being much of an issue at all.
Nah.
But it's interesting because you're talking about, you're putting yourself in their shoes and trying to figure out what
Honestly,
you would do.
today's probably the last day we'll talk about it for a while.
To be completely honest,
Yeah, for real.
there's nothing else left. There's no meat left on the bone.
The only interesting possibility is if Mexico and Team USA meet again.
Exactly.
Because then it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Right.
is Cal going to dap him up?
And
or
I'm
not?
sorry, but it's like, first of all, it's going to be water under the bridge when the season starts. These are two professionals, and if there's something I've learned about professional athletes, including former professional athletes, you guys are freaks, and you can compartmentalize things in ways that I can't. Okay, like, I'm not worried about it. But I don't know, man. I think it's like hearing Shannon say, you know, I think Cal was probably wondering what was he supposed to do there. Like, it's not really being said, but Team USA seems to maybe have this rule for players, even though no one's talking about it.
Which I think is baloney.
It is baloney, but let's say that they do. Let's say Team USA has kind of an unspoken thing where they encourage their catchers not to interact. And let's say that Cal did tell Randy Arozarena, hey, don't put me in this spot. Don't come up and do anything. I'm not supposed to do it. And then Randy did it. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What do you do? I don't know what I would do if I were Cal.
Yeah. Baseball's not. It's serious. Don't get it. Well, baseball don't come after me. All right.
You're going to put yourself in that spring training.
But
doesn't matter.
But I'm standing on first base. There's 30 seconds in between a pitch or whatnot. I know this guy. Hey, you good? Hey, you know we about to smack y'all today, right? Like, I mean, this happens within a football game, basketball games. Like, there's interaction with players all the time. Why now do the interactions stop? Because you got USA on your chest? Like, no, if I know you, I know you. And I'm going to say something to you. I'm going to talk smack. I'm going to show you love. I'm going to show you hate. I'm going to give you all these emotions. But, hey, Team USA, we're better than everybody. We're just don't talk to anybody. Man, stop that crap, dude.
I mean, I do think that approach is dumb. Again, I think Cal's a good dude. I think Randy's a good dude. I don't think anyone's questioning that. We've talked it to death about like what we would do in either scenario, but I think what's honestly stumping me more is okay, let's say all of that's true. I don't know what I'd do if I was Cal. I'd probably still dap him up and just go, well, I'll get in trouble. I care less about what Mark.
What are they going to do to you?
But you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I care less about what Mark DeRosa thinks about me than I do about what Randy thinks about me. But
USA, that's why we about to get eliminated.
You don't
That's
know
why
that.
we about to get
You don't
eliminated.
know that.
Italy gonna smack
Stop.
tonight.
You don't
smack them,
you
Italy.
You don't know that.
This is the most non-patriotic I felt because that's some bull. Don't talk to your teammates. No, how dare you? Don't talk to your guys you spend all this time with. You know their families. They know yours. Don't talk to them. That's stupid. That is so stupid.
We're going to talk about the elimination scenarios in our third headline. Let's get to headline.
We out of here.
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number one, Reek Woolen headed to the Eagles on a one-year deal worth up to $15 million. What's the real headline?
Now, this is only a bad signing if you're a player who's, let's say, chronically online.
And he is. He's one of those young guns. And young bulls be online all the time, man, checking out what people are saying. And some people can't handle it. Me personally, please talk crap about me in the comments. It does not bother me at all. It boosts our engagement. I do not care. If you don't like anything I said, go ahead and say it. You're allowed to have your opinions. Some people can't handle that. And Reek might be one of those guys. So, Reek, just limit the penalties. Play hard. I'm wishing you nothing but love and the best. Let's meet in the NFC Championship and call it good.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number two, Bam Adebayo scored 83 points on Tuesday night for the Heat against the Wizards, the second most scored in an NBA game ever. What's the real headline?
Between this and Team Italy winning, I'm actually not sure what surprises me more. Bump, I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor for this one because you had some things to say about Bam's MVP performance.
Fake news. This is the fakest performance I've ever seen. Look, no disrespect to Bam. You played the game. You had to put the ball in the net, but you shot 43 free throws. You shot the ball 48 times. You're under 50%. Kobe shot 60%. You shot 22 three-pointers. Kobe shot 13, made 7. They actually needed Kobe's 81 to win the game. They had teammates fouling to slow the game down so you can score. It was manufactured. It's one of those manufactured homes where you go to the neighborhood and every home is the same. Every home is the same.
A little craftsman
There's
home.
some nice ones, though. Don't get me wrong. There's some nice ones.
Oh, I'll take that.
But I'm just saying, man, this was manufactured. Congratulations, Bam. But we all know we need the context. Context will be lost in about 5 years. So us old heads need to let people know. All right?
Oh, no.
They needed Kobe's 81.
You said it's 83, but put an asterisk next to it.
Exactly.
Some of those other stats. Put the box score.
Headline rewrites.
Headline 3, Team USA fell to Italy 8-6 on Tuesday night. Now face elimination based on the result of tonight's Italy-Mexico game. What's the real headline?
Oh, man. Mark DeRosa's mind is going to be blown the second anyone tells him about this.
Oh, man.
When he finds out.
Oh, man.
When he finds out that they face elimination tonight, he's going to be surprised.
Poor guy. Internet's blowing him up right now.
I feel bad for him. No, I don't feel bad for him. I think it's
Someone
just a gaffe. It's a gaffe. And what's weird is there is no way that they knew during the game, early on in the game, that this was happening. I want to know when it happened. I want to know.
Around the 7th inning.
I need eyes on Mark DeRosa when he found out.
He got a text from his wife. Hey, babe, actually, scenario says.
She said, I've been crunching the numbers. The run differential really matters here. Like total runs allowed and what you're doing.
Wins and losses, right?
Yeah. And then he said, oh, no, we need to pinch hit Bryce. Get Bryce in here now, who's also not been having a great WBC. It's the WBC. No one's going to be excellent. Everyone's just getting back into the swing of things.
Dominicans
no pun
are
intended.
excellent right now.
Oh, listen.
Those fools are playing out of their minds.
Absolutely dominating. I keep messing up the scenario to advance. Me and Mark both. Okay, so if Italy wins, the U.S. is in.
Yes.
No matter what.
Yes.
Now Mexico
if they score 5 or more,
scores 5 or more
US
runs, then U.S. is in.
Or less, U.S. is out.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Taking a look around the NFL next.
Brock and Salk.
I got a text from a friend that said, I'm having a discussion with a buddy.
Morning 6 to 10.
He says the Mariners are better than last year. I told him I'd get your expert opinion. Well, I appreciate being labeled an expert in this case.
Did you answer?
I did answer.
On paper, you would see that this is a more mature team and a complete team.
Brock and Salk. Morning 6 to 10 on the home of your American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important, trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved. P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
Don't miss 3 Tree Roofing Mariners Cactus League Baseball.
This could be 2. JP has it, goes to the bag, steps on second, fires to first, double play.
Broadcast times at seattlesports.com.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Tax-free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. Now this is tax.
Love that jam. Up next, commercial.
Intuit TurboTax Free Edition. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
Well, spring is all about getting ready for summer, isn't it? But do you have a room just sitting empty and you've dreamt of making it your own home gym? Hey, Brock Heward here, and working out in your own home, well, it is the best. We've been doing so for years. And you can allow Top Fitness to create your own home gym. Simply give them your room dimensions, and they'll do the rest. A complete fitness room design. It's no secret why everyone, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love Top Fitness. Top Fitness represents the very best brands in fitness, like Precor, Inspire Fitness, along with many others. They also have everything from flooring to weights that go in a home gym. And right now, get spring special financing with 0% interest for 12 months, plus mention me and receive an $150 credit towards any purchase over $1,000. Spring is here to get you in the best shape, so go get into Top Fitness with locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or simply visit topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Taking a look around the NFL, we'll start with Baltimore. Could the Ravens have pulled it off with Trey Hendrickson and Maxx Crosby? Adam Schefter says Hendrickson signed with Baltimore because of that possibility.
Trey said that his understanding was when he was thinking of going to Baltimore, the idea was to team up with Maxx Crosby, and I don't think he was particularly thrilled that the Maxx Crosby trade fell through. He was looking forward, if he opted for the Baltimore offer in the midst of his discussions with multiple teams, to playing with Maxx Crosby. That was his initial impression. So, again, I think he's happy to get his business taken care of first and foremost, but I think it started out when the conversation first started, he thought that there was the real possibility he was going to be playing with Maxx Crosby if that was the route he went.
What if Baltimore only, this would be excessive, but like, in part made the trade to be able to get Hendrickson, a top free agent, to sign with them. He signs with them, and then they nix the trade from, because they can for the, failing a physical, but then the Raiders and everyone else are like, but you knew, this was common knowledge that he had a knee issue.
Well, Hendricks signed after they cut him, though, right? Or
technically within 24 hours, but I would imagine that there was a lot of open negotiation and conversations.
Well, guess what? The Baltimore Ravens still have the second most cap space in the game right now, but I would assume the Raiders don't want to do business with them simply because they canceled the trade. But yeah, that would have been ridiculous. Crosby and Hendrickson, that's not fair.
They should have kept it.
They should have kept it. They've been fired.
I mean, they really should have. Daniel Jones and the Colts have reached an agreement on a 2-year extension that will pay him up to $100 million with incentives. Jones spoke about the signing on the Pat McAfee show.
I want to be back, and glad we got it figured out. I didn't. The transition tag, that whole process was interesting, but I always wanted to be here, and had faith it would work out. So, definitely appreciative, grateful, and fired up to be here. We got a special thing going, and working with this coaching staff, working with the guys in the locker room, and fired up to get Alec back and all that. So looking forward to it.
This felt like one of the most inevitable things, not only because they didn't make a move to go sign some other quarterback. They tagged him with that transition tag with the intention of signing him to a longer deal. But also, Bump, back in the middle of the season when they sent that first-round pick for Sauce Gardner, I think most people were like, oh, so Daniel Jones is your guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're not going to go find a quarterback. You're not going to move up in the draft to get a quarterback. Daniel Jones is your quarterback.
Jones was healthy at the time, too, right? And he was balling. But Daniel Jones has done enough to have people believe in him, but this gives me Kirk Cousins type of vibes right here. I'm going to get the league for so much money. I'm going to be just good enough to make you believe I can take your team somewhere, but I'm not going to be able to get over the hump. That's how hard it is to find a franchise quarterback in this league, is that Danny Dimes finessed the Giants for $40 million a year. Now he's getting $44 million a year and can make over $100 million in 2 years with this team.
That's a good point.
I'm all about Daniel Jones getting money, but this gives you some Kirk Cousins type vibes.
Yeah, because I feel like Daniel Jones, on the one hand, it's a feel-good story, I guess, in that he, the Giants had clearly given up on him at one point being a practice squad safety, like open levels of disrespect. Right. They were like, we're so mad we paid you. And then, he goes to Indianapolis. No one's expecting much of anything. They've got Anthony Richardson, who's so physically gifted. You're hoping that he can turn things around and figure it out. And then he becomes their guy, and they become, at least through 9 weeks of the season, this really cool, unbelievable team. I'd feel like really in his corner where you're right, not making a ton of money from all of this because he got paid by the Giants. I'm glad you mentioned Kirk Cousins. A seamless transition to our next story here. Is Kirk Cousins the best name left on the quarterback market? Adam Schefter shared the latest he's hearing on the veteran quarterback.
He's going to get released today. He then will be a free agent. This has been the expectation all along. Once he's released, he'll have time. He's been made so much money during the course of his career. He'll sit back, wait. He would become an option if Aaron Rodgers doesn't return to Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh wants Aaron Rodgers to come back. It's up to Aaron Rodgers. We'll see if he does. If he doesn't, Kirk Cousins could come into play in Pittsburgh.
I like Kirk Cousins for Pittsburgh. I also, if I were the Cardinals, would have looked at him over trying to get Jimmy G. And then when that didn't work out, Gardner Minshew to, back up Brissett. But they feel very much out of trying to compete at all.
They might still be looking at Kirk.
They should, but is Kirk looking at them?
Probably not. You want to go somewhere where didn't Pittman just sign with the Steelers? You have DK over there as well. You have Warren in the backfield. Yeah, it's more promising over there, but your future is in the hands of Aaron Rodgers. Side note, 7 years in the league, how much money has Daniel Jones made?
Oh, man. $200 million.
Nah, 122. Still a lot. Still a lot of money. Still a lot of money,
like
man.
It's going to be egregious. How much has Kirk Cousins made?
Kirk Cousins? Give me one.
I think he's over $300 million.
God.
If I'm not mistaken.
What was Kirk Cousins' craziest? It had to be Atlanta, right? Because he got tagged twice with Washington, right?
Tagged twice with Minnesota.
Minnesota, thank you.
Oh.
No, I thought
$321 million.
I believe he's the highest earning quarterback ever.
God.
Just off of salary.
That's insane because you have the guaranteed money from tags. Then you have, obviously, the guaranteed money from that contract with Atlanta, which never did much of anything.
Well, and he's going to receive, it looks like, some payments from Atlanta going forward to where it'll take it over $400 million.
Oh, my God.
Goodness.
Yeah. Are you able to see, who's next or who's closest to him?
No, I'm on his spot track page.
Got to be Brady or someone who played for a bajillion years.
I bet Sam Bradford's up there.
Oh, getting him that last
Sam
deal before the new
Bradford
CBA.
made a lot of coin.
Yeah, that was when, as a rookie, he got $40 million for guaranteed.
Something. He was the last of a dime.
Yeah,
breed.
because then it was that 2011, I want to say, CBA that changed it. I remember it was the big deal with Jake Locker because it was if Jake Locker enters the draft now, he can get in with Bradford and they can get this insane money before they put a cap on rookie pay.
He didn't make that much money.
Bradford?
Yeah, according to Spotrac, I'm looking at the right Bradford, Oklahoma. Yeah, $130 million.
So through 2025, the highest earning NFL players ever.
Yeah.
Number one, he is in the NFC West currently.
Stafford.
Dak Prescott.
Matthew Stafford. Number 2, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford has made more money than Aaron Rodgers in his career. Number 3, Kirk Cousins. Number 4, played here in Seattle.
Wait, Russell?
Yes.
Wow.
And then
Horrible contract.
Wow.
Wait, Deshaun Watson's 5.
no.
Ah,
Bump said him. He guessed him for somebody else earlier.
Dak Prescott.
Yes, Dak. That's your top 5.
Goodness gracious.
All quarterbacks.
Why couldn't I be 6'5" and have a cannon? Huh?
Wait, so how many rings between those 5? Aaron? No.
Stafford, Aaron, Russ. 3 rings.
Out of 5, that's not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Wow.
Cousins and who was the other one?
Cousins and Dak don't have.
And Dak don't have one. Okay.
Wow. And Aaron Rodgers only has 1. What a bum.
Yeah, none of them have multiple.
Does anyone think Aaron Rodgers retires?
I don't think
Genuinely,
so.
either of
I
you?
don't think
He
so.
sounds like he still wants to play some ball.
Which makes the Kirk Cousins thing interesting to me because I do not think that he's retired. I agree with you. I don't think he's retiring, which makes me wonder what Kirk Cousins is going to do. Because as much as Adam Schefter, the most connected person in sports, is like, look, the Steelers are very interested if Aaron doesn't.
As long as someone's going to keep paying you
And talking about you?
you keep playing.
Yeah. All right, last one here. Which team would have the most interest in A.J. Brown if/when the Eagles make him available? Albert Breer says it's the Patriots.
A.J. Brown's camp doing their research on what teams might be interested. I know that there were 4 teams at least involved, and just as far as like who A.J. was interested in. And my understanding is those teams were the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Bills, and the Patriots. And the Bills obviously bowed out of that when they went and traded for DJ Moore. The Chiefs were allocating their resources elsewhere, so they weren't really in it. And same goes for the Chargers. Like the Chargers didn't have a great interest in doing anything. They were more focused on, okay, how are we going to manage our edge situation with Khalil Mack and Odafe Owe? Obviously they keep Mack and they lose Owe. So that really has left the Patriots, and it does feel like a little bit of a staring contest right now.
Well, I like the wide receiver talent that's been connected to the Patriots. Obviously, adding Dobbs since, but trading for A.J. Brown?
Not bad.
That's how you close that gap between the luck that you had with your schedule and the real talent.
They just
Dobbs.
Dobbs, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad looking group.
Interesting. All right, get your questions in for what I need to know. Any question, text it now. 866-979-3776.
NFL free agency is underway.
Walker finds a gap, 40, 35.
Ian Rappaport, the Chiefs are signing Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker.
3 years, $45 million.
The worth of K9 to the market was far greater than the value that it could be here. I thought John laid that out really well last Thursday with Dave and Bob.
What's his value for us, and how do we fit that in?
What's next for the Seahawks?
$58 million in cap space right now. You have guys locked up for a couple years.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champs, Seattle Sports.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here, and I've trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a very long time, so I know injuries happen. But when Emma tore her ACL on the mat, it was bad.
I typically have a pretty high pain tolerance. I gave birth 6 times with no pain meds at all, but this felt like a 10 or 20, really.
She was evaluated by an orthopedic surgeon.
He also told me that surgery was the only thing that I could do.
Instead, she came to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy, the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures.
I can do everything normally. I train, I spar.
Pain level at a 0?
Yes.
So you recommend it?
Yes, actually, I asked him if it was okay for me to take copies of his pamphlet, so as soon as somebody gets injured, I can just hand them a copy.
So whether it's a hip like I had or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, knee, whatever it is, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel welcomes Seattle Golf Show March 13th through 15th at Puyallups Washington State Fair Event Center. Parking's free. Get front door bonus golf, see 100 exhibits, top courses, and shop big brands with Putts Golf. Tickets, seattlegolfshow.com.
We've got a surefire way for you to feel lucky this St. Paddy's Day. Get a saltwater hot spring spa from Olympic Hot Tub. Take advantage of big savings and get 5 years to pay for it, interest-free. But hurry, this deal ends St. Patrick's Day. OlympicHotTub.com.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most.
That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store. Something that happens here most every day are customers and contractors looking to purchase doors they can take today. Frank Lumber has a good selection of pre-hung display doors that are ready to go. And if we don't have what you need today, whether it be style or size, and you find a door in stock, we can still get you taken care of quickly. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline. Also, be sure to check us out online at franklumber.com.
The madness tips off next week, and with it comes your chance to win the Seattle Sports Bracket Bucks, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Head to seattlesports.com/win to pre-register. Receive your bracket and compete for your shot at great prizes. The grand prize winner from the 64-team bracket will win $1,000 in Visa gift cards. But if your bracket is busted in the first round, we have other ways for you to play too. Register and find complete rules at seattlesports.com/win.
Don't miss the all-sound plumbing Mariners Cactus League report. Tuesday nights at 6. Going inside Mariners camp on the home of the American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
Whether I'm catching up with friends or family, C-Star Restaurant and Raw Bar in Bellevue is the place. Hey, Brock Heward here, and I love C-Star's welcoming atmosphere and polished service, which make conversations flow easily and everyone leaves impressed. It's the same quality and hospitality C-Star and Chef John Howie have been known for decades. And now an amazing deal. 3-course dinners in the lounge every night from open to close, starting at just $50. Go check it out. Find the details at CStarRestaurant.com, CStarRestaurant.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with 0 investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
This is Bump Stacy.
weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in for what I need to know. We have a hard out, and I am nervous. But I can do it, and I believe
You got
in myself.
it, Stacey.
Thank you.
You got it.
I believe in myself. I can do this.
There's a first time for everything.
Matt, I've had enough. 866-979.
It's spring training for everyone.
Thank you. God, I thought you had my back for a minute. 866-979-3776. What I need to know. Who signs a one-day contract with the Seahawks, then retires first? Russell Wilson or Tyler Lockett?
Tyler Lockett. Russell is going to be 55 years old, still thinking he can throw the football clear across those mountains.
I don't know that Russ is going to do that. I don't think he will. I don't think Russ is going to do like the sign a one-day contract so you can retire a Seahawk thing.
Tyler's
I think he will. I think it's going to take some time, though. It's going to be like, I don't know, who was a guy who signed, or there was a guy a few years ago, I forget who it was. They signed a one-day contract with the Seahawks and announced their retirement. Oh, it was John Ryan.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, you haven't played in like 7 or 8 years.
But no one ever hated John Ryan.
No, that's true.
He was still playing in Canada, though. I think that's why.
Oh, so you're saying like it might be many years post-retirement.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. That's fair.
Whereas
That's
Tyler
fair.
Lockett, I mean, if he came back today and said, I want to sign a 1 year or one-day contract and retire a Seahawk, everybody would be like, oh, yeah, we love you, Tyler.
What I need to know is Adebayo the second greatest NBA player of all time.
I think so.
I think so, too.
Clearly.
I think that the math is
Clearly.
mapping for me. It checks out. Second most points scored in a game. Yeah.
He ain't even top 100.
Better than Kobe Bryant is, I think
so.
Unfortunately, what the stats indicate.
Him and Kobe have the same amount of gold medals.
How about rings?
Can't take that. I mean, look, Bam's a young fella. He's got
He's
time.
got a lot of time.
He is not young.
Got a lot of time.
He's like 28. Yeah.
Is he?
That's pretty young.
Yeah, that's pretty young.
Why are you?
He ain't getting 5.
Why are you afraid of his greatness?
His fakeness?
His greatness.
Records are made to be broken.
Fake 83.
Exactly. I don't.
Here's the
There's
thing
no
about Bam.
reason he can't get
Here's the thing
100
about
next
Bam.
game.
He's one of the like good dudes in the NBA, so I don't want to go too hard on
Right,
him
right,
personally.
yeah.
It's more just the NBA itself, which allowed this malarkey.
Why aren't you mad at the Wizards?
I am.
Why
I
couldn't
mentioned
they
them.
play defense last
Wizards
night?
are garbage. I mentioned them. Everybody got it. The Wizards got it. The refs got it. Spoltra got it.
How many
His
points
teammates
does
got
Kobe score in that game?
it. 150. Easily.
You don't believe that.
You know what's nuts is that if Bam took 22 threes in that game last night and made 7. If he knocks down 5 more, we're talking about
the
him.
best player ever
We're
all
talking
time.
about him breaking Wilt Chamberlain's record.
And people saw it.
You know how many
Did
quarters
Will
it
set
took
the
for?
record?
You know how many quarters it took for Kobe to score 81?
All 4. He was
3.5.
playing in the last minute of
3.5.
the game.
3.5. Look it up.
No.
3.5.
No.
Look it up. 3.5.
I will.
This slander about the league's current MVP is crazy.
Kobe Bryant played 42 minutes of a 48-minute game.
Exactly.
I have the box
how
score
many
right
did
in
Bam
front
play?
of me.
All
Curtis
of them.
can look it up.
All of them, except for maybe a minute. Kobe could have dropped 95 on you, but wanted the curtain call. Get him out of there.
But Kobe was still playing in the final minute of that game. Kobe actually scored more fourth quarter points than Bam did last night.
All I know is my favorite thing about last night in its entirety, I'm talking the weird WBC game, all the weird news, was the tweet that Curtis found saying, hey, I don't watch much NBA, but congrats to Bam Margera.
Bam Margera. Bam Margera now may be the second most famous Bam.
Bam Margera.
Very
That dude was
good point.
crazy, man.
Yeah. And that's if we don't
Hey,
include
Bump,
Bam
you know how
Bam
many
Camp
minutes
Chancellor.
Bam Adebayo played last night?
How many?
42. Same amount as Kobe.
How many free throws did he take? How many free throws did he take,
Bump,
Curtis?
you're in a dark place.
43.
Follow the light.
How many
Follow my
three-pointers did he
voice.
take? 22. Come on, man.
What I need to know, who wins in a foot race in their prime? They give you quite a few choices. Percy Harvin, Tyreek Hill, Trindon Holiday, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, Darryl Green.
Is
Probably-
that a,
I
is
think
that a
Deion.
Deion,
Deion or
Darryl
Darryl
Green,
Green.
and Tyreek Hill? Those are the 3. That'll be the final 3 of the race for sure.
Darryl Green had burners.
Yeah, burners like through his 40s. He had burners.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
That reservoir of talent's always really insane.
Yeah.
Like, were you talking about being at like was it a flag football game and just like any former player, he'll be playing with like you could be 40, let's say, and playing with dudes that have never played before, and you still are just like crushing
Just
them.
jogging your routes.
Because your version of being 40 is very different than the average person's version of being 40. What I need to know. I've got so many here. This one's for you, Bump. I don't know why they're not asking me. How difficult is it to catch passes from a left-handed pro-level quarterback? And how difficult would it be to switch back and forth between a lefty and a righty in the same season?
You'll adjust quickly. The spin of the ball is just different. When it hits your hands, the spin is different, but it ain't as hard as people make it out to be.
Curtis, what was the tweet or text that you saw earlier? Someone saying, like, if it was a three-way tie between Team USA, Team Mexico, and Team Italy and had to be decided by food.
Oh, yeah. Who would win in that tiebreaker?
Yeah.
I don't think USA is winning.
I said Team Italy.
I say Mexico.
Mexico was a very close second for me.
Yeah,
I feel like, though, if I am given the choice, like a night out with my wife, who is in the control room with me right now, we are more likely to pick a Mexican restaurant over an Italian restaurant over a barbecue restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Team USA is being a little disrespected in that category.
How?
Because I think barbecue is amazing.
All we do is jack other people's stuff.
Barbecue?
Yeah, we have barbecue, but, I mean, there's more Mexican restaurants. Teriyaki. There's hardly any good
That's the best thing about being in the U.S.
Unless we're talking moonshine barbecue, baby.
The best thing about being in the U.S. is you can get all those things.
Jacking everyone's stuff.
Yeah, and you're providing pulled pork sandwiches and mac and cheese and all kinds of good stuff.
A small Seahawks roster move. Field Yates says the Seahawks are tendering restricted free agent Jake Bobo.
There he is.
So
Wait,
the team can match that offer sheet.
Matt, do I have enough time to say this is breaking news? I want to say this for the.
This is not getting a promo.
I got it.
Sorry, Jake Bobo.
No, I got it. No, I can do it. I can do it. I have 30 seconds. Matt's going to be.
Matt, you can hit it now.
I got it. Breaking news. Stop.
Thirsty.
Stop. Breaking.
So thirsty over there. It's so thirsty. It's
ruined
okay.
my breaking news. I'm so mad that I missed that the other day. I'm still so left out. Luis Castillo on the mound for the Mariners Cactus League game against the Rockies, and it's coming your way next.
Wyman and Bob, live from Mariners spring training.
Excited to speak with Kate Anderson with us, knowing there are a lot of eyes on you. There are a lot of people that are excited about your potential. And is that something you're even really aware of, or are you just tunnel vision on what you're working on?
Just really trying to take it all in. Like the cameras are cameras. It's kind of part of it if you want to play professional baseball anyway. So really just try to take it all in, try to get as much information I can out of the vets, and just having a blast so far.
Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube and watch the full interview.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
If you actually are the person that will take care of them after the fact, if you actually will be there for them, if you will pick up your phone, then they come back to you.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Do you have at least 1 month worth of food in your pantry? If not, you should definitely go to MyPatriotSupply.com right now. My Patriot Supply is America's #1 supplier of long-term storable food. They've helped over 3 million Americans get prepared. And for a limited time, when you order their best-selling 4-week food supply, you'll get an additional week of food absolutely free. There's no catch, but act fast because this offer ends soon. Claim your free emergency food kit now at MyPatriotSupply.com. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found Good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's Good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Your new home is ready now. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new construction communities across Puget Sound and Central Washington, with more coming. Find your new home at drhorton.com. America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Spring is here, Seattle, and now is the smartest time to replace your roof. Trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing, a local, family-owned company that knows how to roof in Washington weather year-round. Schedule your free estimate today at 3treeroofing.com to take advantage of spring pricing, shorter wait times, and get $500 off your new roof before the summer rush hits. Our experts come to you, build a clear plan, and give you an estimate that same day. No surprises and no high-pressure sales tactics. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
I had pain, I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions.